Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United versus Liverpool in the FA Cup. I tell you what, it's not the league race and that is the priority. But now that we are here, this is the priority. In this bubble of an FA Cup knockout game against Liverpool, this becomes very, very, very important indeed. And I'm certainly not going into it thinking, well, if we lose, it's not such a bad thing. Because we're playing Liverpool. And when you play Liverpool, you don't want to lose. And I think that there are opportunities here for Manchester United today to really to get something out of this game and turned it off. I mean, Omar says it's confirmed that Lindelof is playing. I've not had anything about these the confirmed lineup today. I mean, I can put up a team on the screen, but this is very much to be taken with a pinch of salt. I don't necessarily think that will be the team. I'd love to see that team. Henderson in goal, Lindelof and Maguire, Telles and Twansebi, Van der Beek, McTominay, Bruno, Rashford, Martial and Dan James. I wouldn't mind seeing that team, and I'd love to see Diallo on the bench, but I don't know whether we're necessarily going to see that. I think that might be pushing it a little bit. And certainly, if I do get any news on the team, I'll bring it to you, but I haven't had any today so far and didn't have any for the last game, so it could well be that United are tightening up, which is never a bad thing in a way. It's never a bad thing, is it? There's no problems with that. But anyway, let's crack on with the show. Hello everyone and welcome to the United Stand, says Dylan McBride. Yes, just before we get started, a little bit of a reminder. I hope we have got it in the video description. United Stand picks. You can play it up until a minute before kickoff. How does this work? You've got 12 questions, all to do with the game. Will United score in the first half? Will they score in the second half? That's 2 questions, yes or no. How many assists will a certain player get? Tackles, chances created. There's 2 answers to each question, and for every question you get right, you get points. The person with the most points wins the £500 cash prize from the £1,000 cash prize pot. And it's £250 for second, 100 for third, and a little bit whatever's left for I think it'd be 50 quid, wouldn't it? So links in the video description. You've got to be 18 because obviously it's a cash prize that's being given away, so you've got to be over 18. Links in the video description to enter. It's free to enter. Terms and conditions are there. Remember to play responsibly. United Stand picks for United versus Liverpool. You've got until a minute before kickoff to enter. And if you have already downloaded it, you can keep playing every week, of course. It's free to enter. So, I think until we get the team news, it's going to be really, really interesting. I think one of the big things that is interesting me today is this story around Jesse Lingard. I think many of us would have expected Jesse Lingard to have been playing today. That's not going to be the case, of course. I think that obviously a decision has been made, and I've got to be honest. Only again can I just reiterate the admiration that I've got for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the sense that I think he gets levelled of having favourites, and I think he gets levelled at liking a certain type of player. But when you actually look at it, Jesse Lingard has been at the club for a very long time, and would be considered to be one of those players that maybe where favouritism reigns. And he's not had a look in at all this season. So I think, Solskjaer again being ruthless is good to see. And I don't necessarily subscribe to the view that Jesse shouldn't have been given time. I think maybe that there has been opportunities to give him a bit more time, but I certainly think that he's been performing well, and he's been given opportunity, and it's time to move on. Do you think we'll play a more expansive game today in comparison to the last game versus Liverpool? Says Pranal. I think without a shadow of a doubt, we will see a more expansive game today. And I think we will see a more expansive game today because there has to be a result today. I think at the weekend, last week, there was a feeling that, maybe that, a point was good for everybody. I don't think it's a good point for anybody today because there is no point for everybody to be made. Donny van der Beek is expected to start in place of Bruno Fernandes against Liverpool is a story that's just come out. That's coming from The Athletic. So that would change what we've got on the screen there. But I don't care. I'm not really bothered about the team today. I'll go with whatever Ollie thinks. I think that I think we will see Bruno one way or another anyway, and I think we accept that, whether he starts the game or not. So I'm quite relaxed about the team today, and whatever Ollie thinks is right, I'm happy to go with. I mean, whether it's Lindelof and Maguire, whether it's Bruno gets rested, whether it's Pogba gets rested. League team is Henderson, Twansebi, Lindelof, Maguire, Telles, Matic, Van der Beek, Bruno, Rashford, James and Greenwood. No Amad Diallo. That is apparently from Mohamed Karim. That is a leaked team. I mean, I'd be very happy with that. If that was the team, Henderson, Twansebi, Lindelof, Maguire, Matic and Van der Beek with Bruno ahead of them, Rashford, James, Greenwood. I wouldn't be opposed to that team. Mason Greenwood with a run out through the middle. I don't think anyone would mind that too much. I certainly think Tellez has got to start, Van der Beek has got to start, and I'd like to see Twansebi start. We know that Henderson will start. I don't actually think Diallo is going to be on the bench today now. I think there was a very real plan to do it on Friday, and they were really thinking about it, but obviously it doesn't look like it's going to happen now for whatever reason, and it might have just been because of all the hype. Can you call Jeff Hughes a prat? Says cheers, says Matthew Hughes. Thank you very much for the super chats. Remember, you can do that through the $sign. And if I reach forward here, how are we all feeling anyway? I've not even asked that. I'm really tired today. It chucked it down with snow this morning where I live, and it's been a really interesting day out in the snow, as you may have seen on Mark Goldbridge at Goldbridge Mark. So I think that's a good old thing, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just trying to. I think I might have just got a bit of team news here. I'm just trying to read my phone, which is not as easy. I can't even remember what I was meant to be doing there. I've got a new member of the club anyway, and that member is Thomas Hawg. Thank you very much for joining, Thomas. 10,000 watching already. We're on the road to 1 million subscribers. That's what I was going to say. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers now. We're currently on 962,000. So please do subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and share the video, because I've got a lot of things that we're starting to think for 1 million subscribers. Effectively, the big hint is, the spoiler in a way, is that it will be giving back to the community. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to do giving back to you, the community, and we've got a lot of things planned. Obviously, we may still be in a lockdown, so the meetups that we want to do around the world, they're going to have to wait, but there's still a lot that we can do. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and share the video if you're part of this fantastic community on the road to 1 million subscribers, bottom right hand corner. I love Donny playing in the number 6, says Nate Bennett. He's the long-term successor to Pogba. Wouldn't be surprised if Ollie said that to him to keep him happy. I like Donny playing in the midfield too. I like Donny playing where I've got him on the screen there. I don't mind him playing at the number 10, but there's no future in it because it's Bruno's position. I'm pumped for today's game. I see the FA Cup as the best trophy we can win this year. Can't afford to lose, says Pranay. Interesting. I disagree, but interesting. Hi Mark, do you think we should do a player swap for Lindelof to buy a world-class centre-back in the summer? You know, on my telly at the moment, because the match of the day is the match is on the BBC, they've got like a wildlife programme at the moment. No word of a lie, there's a load of these red crabs just going side to side. It reminds me of Van Hal era. I actually thought the programme had already started and we were going through Van Hal highlights. These bloody red crabs going from side to side. Do you think we should do a player swap for Lindelof to buy a world-class centre-back in the summer, says Sean O'Sullivan. I don't think we will do that with Lindelof. Pranay, we've done that one. Welcome to the members club, Ritwick as well. Let's have a quick look here. Just checking to see any news. I mean, we know Van der Beek's going to start. We know that's going to happen. Dean Henderson will obviously start in goal as well, and Donny van der Beek is expected to start in place of Bruno. So a few little leaks coming out about the team, but not massively surprised by anything that's coming out there. I mean, Dean Henderson was always going to be starting in goal today. I don't think there's any confusion about that. Bruno rested, says Ryan. Well, I don't agree that Bruno will want to be rested in a game like this and that's not the confirmed lineup. I've had no leaked team today. If I'd had a leaked team, I would have told you, but I haven't. So that's not the team. That's just the predicted 11. We'll have the proper team coming up in a couple of minutes. Any plans to interview any players in the future, mate? Says Jamie Creed. I mean, I covered this on my Mark Goldbridge video, talking about leaving the United stand, and you know, to be absolutely honest, this is a fan channel, and I'd never be opposed to interviewing players and everything like that. But it's a really odd world behind the screen, and the United stand has a really I don't know what the word is. We're sort of because we're not from Manchester. Basically, we get I don't want to come across as a victim, but we are lied about, basically. You know, people lie about us, and because we're not from Manchester, so it's very difficult to have those conversations with players, because they're very vocal about slagging us off, but they'd never do it to our face on camera. So, but my opinion is, and I've said this before, and I don't want to dwell on this because we've got a match tonight. We were the first fan channel to get Fabrizio Romano on, and he's been everywhere now. He's everywhere, like absolutely everywhere. I'm not even talking United fan channels. He's everywhere. We opened the door for Fabrizio Romano coming on to fan channels, and now he goes everywhere. And people keep saying, why don't you get Fabrizio on anymore? I love Fabrizio Romano. I love talking to Fabrizio Romano, but I don't really see the point for a fan channel that's meant to be about opinion to just keep getting a journalist who's been on probably 4 shows this week already. Why get him on a Friday? So I think what we're trying to do with this channel is I want to get the call-ins back involved, because I think because of lockdown they've disappeared. So I want to get the call-ins back involved. We've got to look about where we're going to go when football is and fans are back at the ground, because I think we can evolve around that as well. But ultimately, I'm more interested in what fans have got to say than an ex-player sat on a sofa on BT or Sky who's being paid ridiculous amount of money and is best mates with some of the players that play. That you're never going to get proper opinion there, are you? If I get somebody on from New York or York or Manchester or New Delhi or wherever, and I say, what do you think about Harry Maguire? I know you're going to give me an honest opinion because he's not your best mate. So, I think fan opinion is very important. Your opinion on the Beatles. On a fan channel, I think fan opinion must always be the focal point. I think anything else, when you're starting to get players on and this, that and the other, as a one-off, it's nice. But is it fan content when you're driving your content through ex-players or whatever like that? Your opinion on the Beatles, Ready HD. Overrated. I love Stone Roses, though. Hey, Mark, would you play Phil Jones this game with his pink boots? He is injured, per Sandvik. I know you probably know that as well, but he is injured. Druv says for the fans, that's right, Mark. Well, we've always trodden that path. We've always been very consistent on this channel that the best opinion is the fan opinion, and that's what we're all about. Cool that Academy player commented on your post, says Daniel Luciano. Charlie McNeil, I'm sure many of you know who he is. I tweeted yesterday on his post, Premier League Golden Boot winner 2025. Watch this space, Charlie McNeil. I mean, he's very young. I don't think he's 18 yet, but he's part of the youth setup. We got him from Man City. He's a United fan. He was at United. He went to City. We got him back in the summer. He's scoring goals for fun in the under-18s. It's very difficult with young players to predict, and I'm a big one for this. I don't normally shout a name out from the youth setup, but I'm telling you, if he keeps working like he's working and keeps building like he's building, Charlie McNeil, keep your eye on him. Hi Mark, love the show, don't leave the United stand, says Boogie Man. I like to boogie. Understandable, mate. Anyway, 3-1 United, says Jamie Creed. And Mark, he's going to get loads of followers on social media now, isn't he? That's great to hear, mate, says Susan Brandon. Mark, have you watched any of the German or Italian games this week? Been some really good ones. I haven't, Robert Atherley, to be honest with you. I haven't. Japanese, says Japanese yen. That's all he says. Mark, where do you get that jumper? Also, I didn't get the sack for got some beers. Let's run over Liverpool. Mike Carolan still got a job. If you know, you know. This is a Lyle and Scott jumper, and actually, I love this jumper. And if you look at Lyle and Scott's sale, these were reduced. So there's obviously a lot of prats out there who don't get how good these jumpers are because they were reduced in the sale. I got mine before the sale, but I liked it before that. We know the squad for today. Don't want to see Dan James in a United shirt, says Andre. And just seen Ollie's comments on Donny. He's not happy players in his position playing well. He obviously don't watch McTominay play. He's been crap, says Sean Negative Turner. Yeah, I mean, look, I wonder if McTominay will play today. I think that Matic is probably worth a run out in many ways, isn't he? So, yeah, I'll be interested to see how that comes out. Ian's watching from China. Can you please say the following for my partner? Sarah is a big goose. Cheers, mate, says Ian Campbell. That's not very nice about your partner. You're probably going to get a slap from that goose. And if she slaps you, she could break your arm. No, that's swans. Apparently, when a swan flaps its wings, it can break your arm. It's like a myth. You know what? You know what else is a myth as well, and I bet you've all heard this. Have you ever heard this myth that? I assume it's a myth because I've never seen it happen. If you go for a wee in a public swimming pool, they've got this chemical in there that will turn blue around you. It's got to be the biggest myth in the world. I've heard it off so many people, and it never ever happens, does it? I really think Fred and Donny van der Beek, says Hassan. And are you concerned the United board aren't buying no one in January? Says Andrew Ellis. I am concerned about that, and I'm probably one of the most vocal people about that, as I know some of you are. I think that it's frustrating. If we're at the top of the league because of Ollie and the players that we've got, performing, miracles in a way. Some of the games they've won by the odd goal. It's been a real battle to get where we are. We're not beating teams convincingly. It's real hard work to get where we are. And yet the board are just sat there riding the wave of positivity going, yeah, everything's fine. They clearly need more players. And this was an opportunity to buy a player or two. We're not beating teams 3 or 4-0. We are getting over the line with blocks and last-minute goals and, winning by a goal here and there. It's a great run, but we need strengthening, and the board are just, inept as ever. I think Ollie just doesn't like Donny. Think this was known for a long time, says Reese Pepper. And Mark, at the end of last season, you thought third was our limit. If I offered second in the FA Cup now, would you take that to set us up for next season, says Brad Bowden. I would do, but you know what? I wouldn't, because I just feel like I want something to happen now. I feel that we've got a real opportunity now, and I want that to happen now. I said this the other day when I saw Villa get that decision against City get that decision against Villa. I felt like I did 10 years ago when you're in a title race and you're moaning about a rival and you really want to beat them. That's dangerous in a way, because my expectations are going up that, I'll be gutted if we don't win the league. We've got no right to win the league. We're not favourites to win the league, but I want us to win the league. Do you think Martial and Rashford will have a good game tonight, says Boogeyman? I don't think both are going to start, mate, to be honest with you. I really don't think that they will both start. I think we will see... I think we'll see maybe Rashford's going to start. I think we've heard that Rashford's going to start. He might not start Martial. I'd like to see Martial start, but I think Fred's going to start by the look of it. It's just looking at the United Stand latest tweet. Fred on Instagram has just put his kit out. I mean, it doesn't mean he's going to start, but I think that he will. And to be fair, a lot of people saying, have you got a leaked team, Mark? I haven't, and there's a couple of people on Twitter that I follow that sometimes get them as well, and they haven't as well. So, sometimes the information will come out and sometimes it won't, and we don't know why that information comes out sometimes, and we don't know. I don't think there's anybody out there that has sources of information that is going to do it for you every game. We had a good run of 3 games where we got it, and Now we, the last couple of games we haven't. Maybe United have tightened up. Maybe they don't want it getting out there. So we'll just have to see, won't we? We've not got long to wait. 13 minutes. Cavani is starting, says Bilal. Fred probably starts, says Haziz. Diallo shouldn't play today. Imagine having Liverpool as your first game. He should play against Real Sociedad in the Europa League, says Sweet. I'll tell you what, Anthony Martial, Sweet. He says, hold my beer. Do you not remember Anthony Martial's debut? It was against Liverpool off the bench, which is what we wanted for Diallo. But I think it's going to be a really interesting game, and I think until the team comes out, we really can't predict how this is going to go, because if it's not as strong a team as it needs to be, i.e. if Bruno's not starting and Pogba's not starting, I think also the Liverpool team's really interesting, and I've not heard anything about that either. Do you think Ollie rather start Donny instead of Bruno in the number 10 spot today? I doubt he'll start them both. Keep up the great content, says Willie. I think that by the sounds of it, Van der Beek may well be starting at number 10, but we will see. Twan Sebi is the new Wes Brown, plays wherever he's needed along the back line and gives a 6 or 7-10 out performance. Ronaldo assists 2008, says Kyle McCauley. Yeah, I want to see Twan Sebi playing today. Do you think Ollie's favouritism for Scott, Rashford and Lindelof will cost us in time to come? Pep has no trouble benching Laporte and Sterling, says Julian S. I think that with regards to Scott McTominay, the big reason he gets picked for a lot of games is his height. I was thinking about this the other day when he came on against Fulham. I think with Mitrovic in the box, he wanted a bit more height in there, and I think that his physicality and height. I think if Scott McTominay was 5'9", he wouldn't get anywhere near the game time that he does. So, yeah, I think that's a lot of what it's to do with. To be honest with you. Liverpool have confirmed team Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Williams, Fabinho, Robertson, Thiago Wijnaldum, Milner, Jones, Salah, Firmino. So, I mean, that's quite strong if that's true, Daniel Luciano. I mean, I'm just going to double check on that one, because if that is true, that's not a That's not a... well, here we go. I've got it. Liverpool's lineup is Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Williams, Fabinho, Robertson, Thiago, Wijnaldum, Milner, Jones, Salah, Firmino. So Jones is quite fancied at Liverpool. Mane's not in the squad at all, as is Henderson not in the squad at all. So they don't have the option of bringing Mane on. In fact, their bench is quite... Oh no, Mane is on the bench. Mane is one of the first names on the bench, actually. Kelleher, Mane, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Minamino, Tomiskas, Shaqiri, Origi, Phillips and Williams. So it's quite an interesting Liverpool side. I mean, Robbie Williams playing net centre-back. I mean, he hasn't done much since the Take That reunion, so I don't really fancy him. Thiago, Wijnaldum and Milner will be industrious in the middle, and then Jones, Salah and Firmino. Very interesting game that Telles is going to get against Salah tonight, I think. That's going to be really interesting, how Telles deals with Mo Salah. Thanks for that, Daniel Luciano. Anyway, Mark, are you ready for next week? Ollie's biggest test coming up, says Amiasi. Well, yeah, I think Sheffield United is a big game on Wednesday because, you know, we can go 9 points ahead of Liverpool before they play on Thursday. Hey, Mark, it's my 21st today and would really appreciate if you could call me and my girlfriend, Ellen Pratt. Keep up the good work. Hope you're well, says Carl Bolton. Carl and Ellen, Carl, you're a Pratt, asking to be called a Pratt on your birthday, but happy 21st, and I hope you're a United fan, and therefore I hope it goes our way, or your way. I've just watched a rerun of the 1999 FA Cup against Liverpool. Best part is how many mistakes we made. Makes you think that we are too harsh with current players, says Kirill. I remember Ollie scoring the winner. Love the channel. Can you say Chris Kempson is a Pratt, says Bailey Moore. And you and this channel really helped me during some dark times. Keep it up, Mark. Love from Nepal, says Rakshiak. Good, mate. You're not the first one to say that. And as I've said many times before, you are the people that keep me in check as well over the last year. You know, having the stability of the United stand and the ability to interact with people when you're feeling a little bit down is really useful. I agree. I've got a wildlife on one programme on, and there's all sorts of shit going on. There's birds being ate by crocodiles, there's eagles, and now their nesting area on the cliff has just fell away. It's probably just killed loads and loads of baby parrots. This is why I don't like wildlife programmes. I'm not in for it. I'm not in for it. People say it's the circle of life. I just say it's barbaric. Hi, Mark. Can you call my friend Patrick a Pratt, says Callum. And hi, Mark. It says that the live match chat is available on Discord. Do you happen to have the Discord info? I don't, Arash. I don't. Sorry. That's not the official lineup, no. That's just a predicted lineup. It's not the official lineup. But the Liverpool lineup we do have, and it's officially been put out by Liverpool 6 minutes ago. No Matip, part of their team, and he's not even on the bench for them. Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Williams, Fabinho, Robertson, Thiago, Wijnaldum, Milner, Jones, Salah, Firmino. And it's very much as I predicted that Liverpool would be, isn't it? I said, is it a weakened Liverpool team when they'll have their two first-choice fullbacks in Trent and Robertson, their first-choice goalkeeper, and then their front three? Well, they haven't started Mane, to be fair, but apart from that, it pretty much is their starting 11. I mean, it's a very strong Liverpool side. Very hard to predict what Liverpool's first choice centre-back pairing is because they've had to change it so much. Think we'd love a Nature Channel watch along, says Daniel Luciano. I think it probably would be quite interesting to do that, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. Mark, can you do a Jamie Carragher impression, please? Only if we win. If we win, I'll do it. If we don't win, I'm not going to do it because what's the point? What's the point? I'm just checking something there. That's okay. Matches on BBC iPlayer if you want that, says Omar. It's also on BBC One. Will Henderson at beat United next season, says Ben Sears. I don't know. I've just seen the Hippos, KZ. If you know, you know. It's on BBC One. Remember, we do have United stand picks now for every single game. Link is in the video description. It's free to enter. You've got to be over 18 because there's a £1,000 cash pot every single game that we do United stand picks. 12 questions relatable to the game. Will we score in the first half? Yes or no? Will we score in the second half? Yes or no? I'll read some more of them out to you in a minute. But links in the video description. You've got to be over 18. There's a £1,000 cash pot which will be won at the end of the game by the person with the most points accumulated. There's a live leaderboard as well, so you can see how you're doing during the game. I'm just going to read out some of the questions that you do to do it. And it's things like how many tackles will a certain defender make? Will a certain player get how many assists they'll get? So loads and loads of questions there. Links in the video description. 12 questions. You could win yourself some of that £1,000 cash pot today. If you first place, it's 500 quid. Link in the video description, but you must be over 18. And that's because we are giving away cash prizes. That's the simple reason. Made a stone last night, says Luke Fodder. If you know, you know. Yeah, I'm going to have a bit of red wine tonight, I think, regardless of the result. Red wine and some tunes, that's what it works. And I don't mean tunes that you have for your sore throat. Why is Solskjaer not playing Agallo, says Young? To be honest with you, because he's crap. I think that's probably the reason, isn't it? He's just not produced to the level that we would have wanted him to produce this season. So that's basically it. That's a predicted team. It's not the team. We've not actually had a leaked team come out today. So United have obviously kept it under wraps for whatever reason. The Liverpool team we know. The Manchester United team we don't know yet. There are a few leaks out there, but there's no Manchester United confirmed team yet. I would say that it's a Liverpool team that is strong. I would agree, yeah. I'd agree with that from Darren. I think it's a strong Liverpool team. All right, Mane's not playing, but you know, Thiago's playing, Wijnaldum's playing, Trent's playing, Alisson's playing, Fabinho's playing, Robertson's playing, Salah's playing, Firmino. So, you know, they're playing 8 first teamers there. So, yeah, I know the time is... I'll turn the timer off for now. It doesn't need to even be on. So it's a very strong Liverpool side. And I think Liverpool have probably done what I would do if I was Solskjaer. I would go with probably 7 or 8 first teamers and 3 replacements. Those 3 replacements will be the goalkeeper, Telles and Van der Beek. Any other changes he makes is up to him, but I wouldn't be making 7, 8 changes. I'd probably make 3, 4 maximum. Phil Jones isn't fit, Peter Hare. He hasn't been fit since the last lockdown. Second to none, United stand is a religion. Mark is a legend. United we are. Take this title, says B. Fitzgerald. And Mark, heard any news on United, City and Chelsea in for... Oh, God. It's just rude, Ubermelon. You need better names than that, though. You can't start off with that one because it makes it very obvious what you're talking about. Strong lineup for Liverpool, says Malcolm. And did you like Chicharito, says Saif Hassan. I did like Chicharito, actually. I think he was... I think everybody liked Chicharito, didn't they? To be fair, I'm just gonna have a stretch on the Zoom screen. I'll do some of that, you know, bust some moves. But yeah, no, I did like Chicharito. I did. I've got 2 jumpers on today. Goldbridge 2 jumpers. Basically because it's cold. It's very cold today, so I thought I'd go for 2 jumpers. But yeah, no, I did like Chicharito. As a bench player, but yeah, I understand why he left as well. Yeah, but they're Levi's, Lazy Parker. Those jeans are Levi's. They're nice. Lineup is not out yet, but I did need a stretch. And Klopp terrified, has to feel a full length stride, says James Proscott. I've got no issues with Jurgen Klopp picking a strong team for today's game because, as I said this morning, this game is really dependent on what's going on around you. I think if Liverpool are 10 points clear at the top of the league, they probably put a weakened team out and they don't really care. Because they've lost to Burnley and they're in trouble, this is too big a game for them to lose. They've got to try and win this game. United are in a stronger position than Liverpool coming into this game. This is more important to Liverpool. Doesn't mean we shouldn't take it seriously, though. Who's a better footballer, James Wilson or Bobby Firmino? Says Noah. Well, come on, Noah. It is Firmino. Thiago or Pogba? Says Kyle. Pogba on current form. On your Going for Goldbridge video, fair play to you for saying what you did. Sometimes we forget there's a real person behind it all, says Sean Thornton. I think I can speak on all the fans' behalf when we say we appreciate all we do. Thanks for the nice message, Sean. Hope the rear end held up while sledging, Mark, says Joshua. But it's gone now. It's totally gone, Joshua. I don't know what that's all about. Hi, Mark. What would you say is United's most underrated player in the Sir Alex era? God, Jack, I'd have to think about that. Who was Sir Alex Ferguson's most underrated player then? Everyone in the live comments. Mark, the other day, a dude tried to explain to me how Portsmouth deserved to go through in the 2008 FA Cup quarter-final. What would you react, says SSD? You know what? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Right? I'm telling you now. Manchester United were robbed of a treble in 2008. And not a lot of people talk about it. People say, oh, who's the closest team to replicating United's treble? Manchester United. We should have won a treble in 2008. We were robbed of a title. We were robbed of the FA Cup by a crap referee, basically. 2008, Portsmouth. We should have had a penalty. They sent off the keeper. It's just a typical annoying smash and grab. And Portsmouth won the FA Cup in 2008, so we definitely would have won it. Without a shadow of a doubt, we would have won it. So, yeah, we were robbed in that game. Proper robbed. Right, team news should be out, everyone. I'm just going to check out what we got. Okay, we got it. So, yeah, Bruno is on the bench. Martial is on the bench. So it's Henderson, Lindelof, Maguire. Oh, I hate it when they do it like this. So let's just get this party started here. Van der Beek starts at number 10. Is the big news. Let's move through this very, very quickly. So I need to get the team updated on the screen. It's not going to be easy. So McTominay is starting. Luke Shaw is starting. Fucking hell, no Tellez. That's harsh, isn't it? Welcome to the Members Club, Tao. And I'm sat with my Scouse friend, Travel. Will you call him a Pratt, says Mason Childs Brown. And hi, Mark, can we get an all right, says Jared Twomey. All right, Van der Beek is starting. All right. Malik says, if we won the Premier League and you decided to leave the United stand, would that be the end of your YouTube? Or would you still do YouTube, says Malik. I'd assess that at the time. Let's assess this team right now. So a few shocks in this team, actually. We got a few shocks coming in here. I'm not going to lie. I'm very surprised. There's no Alex Tellez. It's Luke Shaw playing at left back. So we'll go through your thoughts on this. But we've got Henderson in goal, Lindelof, Maguire. Wan-Bissaka plays. No Twansebi as well, which again I think he's gone strong, hasn't he? I mean, you can't moan about it in one way, but I do think that there's a lack of trust. There's a lack of trust there. I mean, look, if Luke Shaw or Aaron Wan-Bissaka get injured, you're like, what? Why have we done that? So we've got it right with the defenders. Van der Beek, McTominay and Pogba. So it will be Pogba where Van der Beek is, I think. I think, yeah, it must be, because it's hard to tell because United have done it in a number order. So I'm gonna go with this and assume I'm right in pulling Van der Beek to there and putting Paul Pogba to the left of the midfield here. And then we've got no Dan James. It's Greenwood, Cavani and Rashford. So no place for Martial. Again, I think he's running a few risks here. In my mind, because I do not think it was a good idea to pick Cavani for this game, because I think Cavani's playing too much football. But that's your team. That is the team. There it is. I've got it right. Tell me if I've got it wrong. So Henderson, Lindelof, Maguire, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Pogba, McTominay, Van der Beek, Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani. It's a bit of a mismatch, isn't it? Not a mismatch. It's a bit of a mix. Bit of a pick and mix, really, because on the one hand, Paul Pogba and Cavani are starting, and I think they could have had a rest. Bruno gets the rest. Van der Beek plays at 10. Rashford plays, Martial doesn't. Greenwood plays again when he's not been playing particularly well. But Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka start, and I would have been absolutely pumped that Tellez needed to start a game today. And I think if you're Alex Tellez, I mean, look, we've got Van der Beek. We've got Danny Van der Beek playing, which is what we all wanted to see. But I'm very surprised that there is no Tellez. The bench, if you're interested in the bench, there is no Diallo on there, that's for sure. You can guarantee that. It's De Gea, Tellez, Twansebi, Fernandes, Fred, James, Mata, Matic and Martial. And again, There's no youth on that bench, and I think it's a shame. This is the problem. I spoke about it this morning. There is no way for youth to get on that bench at the moment because, and I'll tell you the two names that are stopping the youth: Dan James and Wan Mata. They're not good enough to start this game today. They're not good enough to, come off the bench and make any difference. But they're blocking youth players getting in, whether it's Diallo, whether it's somebody else. And I think that is a big problem at United. We cannot get youth onto the pitch because we cannot get them onto the bench because they're blocked. Obviously, no Jesse Lingard. We expected that. Not part of the match day squad anyway. Jesse expected to leave this week. But I think the big surprise for me is that no Alex Telles. I would have thought that would happen. Telles will play on Tuesday. We picked best team bar Bruno, says Robert McCormack. I don't think that's our best team, Robert, bar Bruno. I don't think that's our best team, bar Bruno. I think Fred would be in there, and I think Martial would be in there, wouldn't he? But I think Eric Bailly, potentially. Eric Bailly's been given the weekend off, not even on the bench. So I think it makes it very interesting. I think when you look at... I mean, let's get your thoughts on this team news anyway, because it's not always just what I think. Welcome to Members Club Tau. Also, we've got a super chat. I think Greenwood is not being used properly as a right winger, and I feel it is hindering his development, says Stephen Pinar. I think... there is a tall and strong up-and-coming striker in Sweden. He's 19 and he plays for Bromma. His name is Christopher Gråberg. Check him out, says Willie Enochson. But no, I think a few people saying they expected Matic to start. I think McTominay or Matic were going to start, and you can't start them both together, and he's gone with McTominay. I'm a little bit surprised about that starting 11, but I'm still confident, says Joseph Tyrrell. This could be the most important game of Donny's time at the club. I'm excited to see what and how he plays come on United. And Liverpool fans saying that last season's side would have smashed the treble-winning side is like Blackburn saying they're better than Bayern last season because they won the Premier League in 1995, as Man United lists. He will play Telles against Sheffield United, I think, as per Eric Klassen. Well, yeah, I mean, that I must admit that did drop into my head about Telles. I wonder if he'll start him against Sheffield United, because Sheffield United are not a team. I think sometimes it takes a few seconds for a result or a team selection to drop into your head. And what I would say is that I do think that when you look at that team that United have picked there, and that is the starting 11, the reason he's picking Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw is because the wingers are crap at defending. Like Greenwood, Rashford, Dan James, Martial, they don't defend. So if Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson are going to be bombing forward, he wants his first choice fullbacks, and I think he's a bit worried. To be honest with you, is he wrong? Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold against Telles and Rashford, and Robertson running down the left-hand side against Greenwood and Twansebi. It could swing the game. And what I would say about that team is that obviously Ollie wants to win it, and it's all about Donny. It's all about Donny tonight. Of course, Pogba might play in a more advanced position. I wouldn't be surprised if that was to happen. Do we play Liverpool for the second time in a week and we don't even change the defence? No Bailly, no Telles, no Axel. Another boring game, says Joe Dawson. Man United 675 says, I know Ollie's going to rest Bruno, like I said earlier. Mark, if you got a bad back, why don't you put a pillow behind your back? Says Man United 675. And Salah Ahmed says, I think Telles will play against Sheffield United as they will be in a low block, so would need the attacking impetus down the left since our wingers are struggling. I hope so, Salah. I hope that happens, because what would be a real problem is if Telles doesn't play against Sheffield United and he doesn't play against Arsenal, when is he going to get game time? And I think Telles needs game time in the next two games. Our lads were sitting back again. Why is he so scared? Mark, stay safe, everyone, says Richard Ford. And so we play, and that's a bit of an adaptation on that as well. We've got a few super chats coming in here. I just want to stay on top of them. Goals against Liverpool boost confidence massively. That's why I would have played Martial, says Matthew Larney. To be honest, I look at that team. That team's not going to be 3-0 up against Liverpool, is it? So we will see Bruno for the last half an hour. I think we will definitely see Bruno Fernandes. We might see Matic and we might see Martial. I think this is going to be this has got the potential to be 120 minutes. Remember, this game goes to extra time and penalties. So I'm not too fussed about that starting 11, because I think we will see subs in this game. Unless it goes ridiculously well, I don't see that team dominating Liverpool. Remember, Liverpool's team has got Alisson, Trent, Fabinho, Robertson, Wijnaldum, Thiago. They've also got Milner playing, but obviously Mane's on the bench. It's Jones, Firmino, Salah, and then they've got Robbie Williams playing at centre-back. So apart from a couple of players, it's a really strong Liverpool side. And I think they'll go strong as well. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner to do that. We are on the road to 1 million subscribers. But bottom right-hand corner to subscribe, please. That would be appreciated. Let me just tell you what we're doing for subscribers at this moment in time. Thanks for the content, says Alex Davies. Really appreciate it through these lockdowns. Stay safe. Van der Beek starts great. Come on, United. To me, this is the game where... sorry, we're on the road to 963,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Just take a couple of seconds to do that, please. That would be appreciated. Bottom right-hand corner, it's free to subscribe. And call my girlfriend Leanne Hellstrip a Pratt, says Ben. I'm not going to start calling girls Pratts. I don't think we have gone defensive. We've got Pogba in the centre where he plays best, says Benjamin Tunnicliffe. And this won't be a boring game, says Jamie Shawcross. As a cup game, I can see can't see tactics being too pragmatic for either side. Liverpool need goals for morale. I've said 3-2. Remember, 3-2 is my prediction. I don't know why I'm acting like a town crier. Yeah, hear ye. I've gone 3-2. A lot of back pain stems from your glutes and hamstrings. Stretch them off and it will allow your back muscles to relax and reduce pain, says Nick Warren. I think I need a specialist. I think I do need a specialist. And happy that we have moved forward from 5 in the back and now even to 2 CDMs in big games, says Akash. And could Diallo debut against Sheffield United, says Hadrian. He might do. I think Sheffield United might be. I think with Diallo, I expected him to be involved today because I know that the information that I got on Friday is absolutely A-star. I know he's tearing it up in the club and I know they're really excited by him. But I think the issue is, and I highlighted it this morning, the issue at Man United at the moment is there's a concrete block stopping talent getting on the bench. And it's called Mata and James. You know, one of those has got to go. Like, with Lingard's not getting on the bench, one of Mata and James needs to get off the bench for Diallo. That's what needs to happen. But Ollie can't do that at the moment because he's stuck with too many players like that who ultimately aren't good enough. Good chance to see if we can perform without Bruno, given others are starting to contribute more. Great chance for Donny with better players around him, says Kieran Byrne. And maybe Ollie changed the team in the last second when he saw Liverpool's lineup, says Per Eric Klassen. To me, this is the Donny van der Beek show today. Not the United stand, but the match itself is about Donny van der Beek. It really is. First of all, will he play as a number 10 or will Pogba play further forward? Second of all, is he going to have a good game? Because so many people feel that his best position is a number 10. I don't argue with that. I just don't see there's much point in being that because you're not going to get Bruno's shirt very often. But it's an opportunity for him tonight. It really is. Mark, I don't always agree with you, says Sai from Yangon. But everything, especially on Martial. But you are the primary reason that I'm a sub. Stick and hard as long as you can. Okay. Thanks very much, mate. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the $sign. What is the bench, says Captain Joey. The bench, as far as I can remember, is De Gea, Twansebi, Matic, Bruno, James and Mata, Martial. I can't remember, you know. You got me on that one. I will read it out to you because they will have it. Let's have a look. I've forgotten what the bench is. Okay, yeah, so, sorry. De Gea, Telles, Twansebi, Fernandes, Fred, James, Mata, Matic, Martial. So, quite a strong bench. Good with the rest for Bruno, I think, says Frederick Karlstrom. I don't think Bruno will be happy about a rest. I really don't think he will be happy with a rest at all. But, you know, I think we will see Bruno coming on at some point. And as I've said many a time now, the Liverpool team is a strong team. Watch Donny without the ball, always looking for movement and looks upset when he sees 0, says Paul Robinson. I tell you what, to me this game is massively important anyway. I mean, it's Manchester United against Liverpool. Like, I said this, you know, Sheffield United and Arsenal to me are more important because we're top of the league and there's 6 points to play for there. But within this Sunday afternoon that we reside in right now, within this Sunday afternoon that we live in, within this bubble that will be kicking off in 45 minutes' time, this game is the biggest thing going. And I do really look forward to it. I've not disappeared. I just want to check something. But I am really looking forward to it. And I think that how it plays out, it's just going to be a really interesting couple of hours. And I think that, you know, Would it be an interesting game if you were playing Rochdale at home and Juan Mata was playing instead of Van der Beek? It'd be boring. So we've got what we want to see. Come on, SWFC. Can we beat Everton? And when's career mode? Says Luis Menzies. Back tomorrow, mate. Back tomorrow. Super chat here from EZ George Bale. He says, Paul Pogba to score. He's my favourite player even at Juventus. I just love his style. But only thing wrong with him is that he lets his mood get the better of him, which is unfortunate. Come on. Nick Warren says, I'll DM you my back mobility program I set my clients. You can have it because all the good work you do for us. Nick, thanks very much. Thanks very much, Nick. Great. Grant Johnson says, welcome to United. Grant Johnson, welcome to the United Stand Members Club. Thank you for joining. You get a little badge next to your name. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hi, Mark. I love your content. We're going to smash Liverpool and we're allowed 5 subs. Remember that, guys, says W Remixed. Actually, big shout out to W Remixed because I'd forgotten that we have got 5 subs. Blessed to have the day off on another Liverpool clash. Ollie's man management on display again. Most games we've cried first and laughed later. Let's stay positive, says Marveloso216. And Donny must shine today. In other news, Zlatan went bold. Odegaard to Arsenal done. Just some other info, says Sachin Murti. Yeah, well, Odegaard will probably be playing against United next week, which is a massive game, isn't it? But I think just very, very quickly on the team, because that is the team on the left, as we know. I certainly don't think there's any reason to complain with that team. I've got no problem with that team. I think there's a lot of interest in that team, and it's a big challenge for that team. And I'm going to stop saying that team because I imagine it's quite irritating. Welcome to the Members Club, Ryan Goodwin. But what I would say is that the only surprise for me is that Shaw and Wan-Bissaka play. I was expecting Tellez and Twansebi. But I think in some ways, is that not exciting that he's put Shaw and Wan-Bissaka in because it shows how much he wants to win this game. I don't think either fan base could be left in any doubt that both managers are trying to win this game. Now, if they get knocked out, it's not the end of the world, but you can tell by the teams that both managers have selected, they want to win. And as a fan of Manchester United, and I'm sure Liverpool fans feel the same, we're not in that situation where we're going, our manager's not bothered about this, like Arsenal yesterday against Southampton. We're trying to win this game. And you can tell United are trying to win this game by the players on show. That's our strongest back four, really. That's Ollie's strongest back four. Obviously, he's changed his goalkeeper. He was always going to do that. The midfield of Pogba and McTominay, that could be our strongest midfield too. Some people want it to be Fred. They tried out against Fulham. Tonight, it's Pogba and McTominay. Van der Beek is playing in the number 10 role, which many people want to see. Obviously, Bruno's on the bench. Rashford, Greenwood, Cavani. Some people want to see Martial dropped. So, in some ways, some people will look at that team and say it's their favourite team because we do have people in our fan base who don't like Bruno, amazingly. So some people will see that as a first team. It's not. For me, it's 2 players away from a first team. 3, actually. But, you know, it's a very strong team. And Liverpool's team is strong as well. Will Bruno be pleased and happy that he has been rested? Also, would you be angry if Donny had a good game and get subbed off for Bruno when he shouldn't be, says Salah Ahmed. Well, I think this is the problem, Salah. Welcome to the Members Club, Akash, and welcome Jeffrey Jazan. Thank you for joining. I'm just catching up here with the Super Chats. Sad to hear you're looking at hanging up the boots, the best at it, and I hope you find some motivation to keep it going. Come on, the lad, says Charlie Tinkler. Thanks for the Super Chat, mate. So it seems for Ollie, Donny's Bruno's sub seems unfortunate because Bruno plays every match and almost 90 minutes always, says Danielle Anzari. And Mark, as someone who has lower back trouble, I can recommend using a secret lab chair. They come with a premium memory foam backrest. It's a game changer, says Green Grits. I'm writing it down. It's a secret lab chair. I'm writing it down. I want to come back to Salah's point. Hope you're good, Mark. Liking this lineup seems a good balance. Could have done with arresting a few more, but oh well. Come on, United, says Nick M. And thanks for the super chats. Would you rather get Sancho or Grealish? Our PE teacher is 6 points above the best Liverpool manager of all time. Ollie deserves the most respect. 21 in 21, says Sai from Yangon. And what's your predictions with this team? Man United 6-7-5. Watch going for Goldbridge yesterday. Don't mind the haters. Thanks for all your content. Make those of us further away feel much part of match day, says Kieran Byrne. Thanks for your support, mate. Do you think we might be playing a 4-3-3 with Donny and Pogba as box-to-box midfielders? Could do. Tayana, let's see. Shows the power of an interview, Mark. Ollie suggests Ahmed is going to start soon. Now everyone is pissed he's not starting today, says Ross Westbrook. And hey, Mark, wearing my dad's 1999 treble away top for good luck. Would you consider doing some pro clubs with members? You've helped me through some dark times. Ben, I would love to do some pro clubs. I love playing pro clubs. I just do not have the time to play it at the moment. When things quieten down a bit, I'll start playing. In an interview with Frederick Fieldvet, Ollie explained why there's not a lot of youth this year. It's very hard to call up any youth players because of the COVID bubbles, says Simon B. Yes, it is. He's right. You're right. But it's also hard to put someone on the bench when you've got to put Mata and James on the bench every game. Donny played in the box-to-box role last time. Wouldn't be surprised me to see Pogba playing higher up, says Daniel Harding. I don't care. I don't care because you know what? I'll cover that question and I'll cover what Salah said. So Salah said, do you think Bruno will be happy to be on the bench? No. I think he'll hate being on the bench. For such a big game against such a big opposition, Bruno will hate being on the bench. I would hate being on the bench. So I think most of you would. But that's not necessarily a bad thing because it will make him hungry when he comes on. You know, it's not a bad thing to leave a player out sometimes. So that's absolutely fine. The interesting thing is, if Pogba plays in a more advanced role and Donny van de Beek plays beside Scott McTominay, I'd probably be happier with that because Donny van de Beek could put a 10 out of 10 performance in tonight, and I think he might. He still won't take Bruno's place. And he shouldn't take Bruno's place. So I'd love to see Van der Beek playing in a deeper role because I think this is where he's going to get into the team. But having said that, if Bruno gets a red card and misses 3 games, you do want somebody who can drop into that system. So it'll be interesting who he trusts to play in the number 10 role because he might put Pogba there. And there are people out there, I'll call them people because I'm not going to be offensive. There are people out there that think Paul Pogba's best position is as a cam. I just think they like him for his hair. I don't think they've ever watched him play. Paul Pogba has very rarely played as a centre attacking midfielder. And as a fan of Pogba, what use is it? Well, if you're a fan of Paul Pogba, why would you want him playing on the edge of the penalty box? You want him playing in the centre circle because he's one of the best passers of the ball over a long distance in the game. He's also tall, so he's good at winning the high ball. He's also a driver of the ball from deep. I think some of Paul Pogba's best attributes are from deep. I mean, his goal that he scored against Fulham, he can't score that in the number 10 position because he isn't picking that ball up as a CDM to do what he did. So, and you think of some of the goals he scored from Juventus from deep. I just think that's where Pogba's best position is. But he might play as a number 10 today. Hi Mark, call my mate Chris Lindsay a prat, says Toby Park. Little disappointed that Diallo isn't starting and Lindelof over Bay is slightly concerning, but let's stay positive, says Zero Frost Ninja. Well, remember that Bay's not part of the squad at all today, so having a bit of a rest. Mark, what do you think about Big Steve Bruce? Ollie's at the wheel, says Jake Loft. As a player, very, very good player for United. Are you doing a Liverpool-Tottenham watch-along on Thursday, says Lalana's in pyjamas. I will be on Mark Goldbridge, That's Football, yes. A lot of pressure on Van der Beek today. Really hope he can put on a performance. Shout out to a couple of my mates, Ben Chalk, Toby Clayton, says Ali K. And, hey Mark, great show. What are your thoughts on Pogba being named assistant captain again, says Nate Bennett. I didn't know that he was. Any chance it might be 4-3-3, Mark, says Andrew K. Whoa. Can I just go back to that? Nate Bennett, what do you mean he's been named assistant captain? What, for every game? That would be a bloody disgrace. Why? Bruno Fernandes is the assistant captain, so why would Pogba get that? I would be really not happy about that. If Pogba's now the assistant captain instead of Bruno, I'd be really unhappy about that because, let's be honest, what Pogba did a month ago was bang out of order and doesn't show a loyalty to the club. I think we've all moved on from that professionally, but this is still a player that might want to leave the club. Bruno's come into this club and been a revelation. So Bruno, for me, should be the vice captain. If he's the assistant captain for this game, fine. But in general, Bruno should be the assistant captain. More than the cup progress, we need to ensure that Liverpool don't get their mojo back, says Akash. I'd like Pogba to start in the 10 role just because I want Donny to outshine McTominay again, says Sean Negative Turner. And hey Mark, great content. What do you think of United's form? Haven't been too convincing, too early to be scrapping victories. Cheers from New Jersey, says Owen. I think there's a lot of stuff going on there. Kwame says that Pogba's more than a leader than Bruno. Piss off. I mean, do you even watch United play? Like, Bruno Fernandes is the player who, back in the Europa League semi-final, is bollocking players. Bruno's the leader of that team. He doesn't need a captain's armband. He's the proper leader of that team, and he should be the assistant captain. Hi from Korea, Mark. We need big game players today. Let's hope our lads have the right mindset. Also, what's your thoughts on Henderson rather than De Gea? Says Choi Boy. I I knew Henderson was going to start today. I've got no problem with it. You know, he needs game time. I've got a sweet spare wheelchair for your back, mate. Then when summer window opens, you can have the title, Deals on Wheels. You know it makes sense, says Simon Cooper. And isn't this the same midfield that got ripped apart by West Ham the first 30 to 40 minutes a while ago? Would rather see Matic or Fred instead of McTominay, says Louis Antonio Valencia. There's an all-encompassing thing going on here. And that all-encompassing thing is this. We have a situation at Manchester United whereby we are playing a very good Liverpool side. We are talking about Donny van der Beek. We are talking about Pogba and McTominay and Greenwood. And the reality is they're not playing Rochdale. I know I keep using Rochdale, but they're playing Liverpool. And it's a very strong Liverpool side. So if anybody has a good game today, it's a real tick in the box. If Van der Beek plays well today, or McTominay plays well, or Greenwood plays well today, they're playing well against what is essentially the Premier League winners, the Premier League title holders, the best team in England in the last 12 months. So, you know, if they can play well today, it's a massive thing. Henderson is not a bad goalkeeper, but I would have started De Gea, no doubt. Henderson is good. De Gea is world class. I hope we don't regret the change, says Caramore. 18. Well, I mean, I think Henderson's going to be pumped up for this one. Properly pumped up. Yuri Pete says, why is Ollie favouring Lindelof and McTominay so much? You know, he does rate those players, doesn't he, to be fair. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to 963,000. Let's see if we can get there before kick-off. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. It's free to do that. And we're on that road to 1 million, of course. But subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We've also got another super chat coming in from EZ George Bale again. He says, I agree with you. Bruno Fernandes works his ass off for the badge. Pogba's been really good for the last 5 games, but can he keep his consistency? Well, I'm not anti-Pogba. I like Pogba, actually. I do really like Pogba. I'm just saying that he shouldn't be the assistant captain. It should be Bruno. But if it's just for this game, it's fine. If it's a longer term thing, it's not. And I don't agree with that. But you know, I don't know the ins and outs of that anyway. I think it's amazing how many games Harry Maguire plays, though. Absolutely amazing, really, that he's playing again. You know, we never even discuss it anymore, whether Harry Maguire should get a rest. Knock on wood, no injuries again. Remember last year's battle with Liverpool? Come on, Pogba, says fullback. Yeah, I mean, this is a very important thing as well now. Injuries are obviously very, very important at this stage of the season as well, and we don't want to be picking up any injuries. Also, when you look at the game itself, it could well go to injury. It could go to extra time. It was very tight last week, but I think it's going to be more open today. I think it'll be more open, and I think we'll see more. What's the word? More chances for both teams, yeah. So I'm going to go 3-2, and I'm hoping that we're going to see a more open game, because I think that the last week's game was just a little bit nip and tuck, and it'd be nice to see something a little bit different than that. But we will see how it pans out, because I think we're in for a very, very exciting game at the least. I have been building a snowman, yes. Check out at Goldbridge Mark. I'll put a picture of it up very, very soon. But Bruno to score tonight. I feel like we need to give Van der Beek a chance at the CDM. I think he can do a better job than McTominay, says Dante Torres. Physicality of McTominay. I've told you this before. It's the physicality of McTominay that Ollie loves. Do you reckon Cavani will have a hard game today? Says Take Me Home United Road. And welcome to the members club, HYS Football. Would love to see Bruno, Donny, Pogba and Fred in a diamond with Cavani and Martial's movements up front. It would be very exciting to see, says Ninja Smurf United. I think that in many ways, I wouldn't have started Cavani today, because I don't think Edison Cavani is a 3-game-a-week player. I don't think he is. And I look at he played on Wednesday against Fulham. He's playing today. He'll play on Wednesday against Sheffield United, and then you'd assume he's going to play against Arsenal next Saturday. So I think it's a lot of games for Cavani to play. And, you know, one of my big concerns about Cavani was always his injury record. It's not a good one. So I do have my concerns about Cavani playing in a game like this, but hopefully he will be all right, and hopefully we will see Cavani not injured that soon. But Luke Garrett says, I reckon a calm 2-1 win for United. I'd love to see Klopp's face if we do. Also, where the bloody hell is your ad for the United stand picks, says Luke Garrett. Links in the video description. And thoughts on the movement of Donny and Cavani. Great show, love your channel. From Chennai, India, says Akshay. Thank you very much, Akshay. Thanks for the super chat, Jeffrey Jazan. And from what I'm hearing, Solskjaer is set to appoint Pogba as vice-captain. Saw somebody on Twitter tweeting that info to you. I'm sceptical too, says Nate Bennett. It wouldn't make any sense. I think it would just irritate the fans to make Pogba vice-captain. Bruno's done nothing to deserve not having that vice-captaincy, really. I think it would be shocking to do that. And very, very misguided by the club to allow that to happen. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. I'll tell you two players that we haven't spoken about, and I'm going to get Flex on in a minute. Two players that we haven't spoken about, Mason Greenwood and Marcus Rashford. Mason Greenwood's really been underperforming this season, and we need him to step up to the plate. But Marcus Rashford's been running hot and cold as well. I think he doesn't suit the number 9 position, and he played there last week. Playing off the left today against Trent Alexander-Arnold, I expect a good game from Rashford today. I agree with you, Bruno Fernandes deserves it. He's more of a leader. Pogba ain't up for the captain spot. Be sad to see him go in my eyes, but that's just football. No pun intended, says George Bale. Thank you very much. Just quickly, just while I'm getting Flex on to see what his thoughts are on the team and everything else. Remember to play United Stand picks. The link is in the video description. You've got to be over 18 to enter, but that's because we give away a cash prize. We've got £1,000 cash pot for every game that we do United Stand picks, and today is one of those games. So £1,000 is up for grabs. All you've got to do to enter, and it's free to enter, but you must be over 18. Click the link in the video description. Terms and conditions are there. Please play responsibly. You get 12 questions for each game, and you accumulate points for every question. Questions will be like, will United score in the first half? Yes or no. If they do, you get the points. Question 2, will they score in the second half? Yes or no. If they do, you get the points. And then there'll be things like how many assists is someone going to get, or how many key passes. 12 questions. There's a live leaderboard throughout the game, so you can keep an eye on where you are in that leaderboard. And the person who's top at the end wins 500 quid, second 250, third 100, and fourth 50 quid, I think is how it works. So it's free to enter. You've got to be over 18. Links in the video description. You've got until a minute before kickoff to enter. And if you have already downloaded it and played before, you can just keep playing again and again. It's free to enter. Link in the video description. It's a risky formation for Ollie with 3 strikers. Just ask Ricky, says per Eric Klassen. I think I tell you what, mate, I disagree. I agree with you. And I think they've got to work hard. Let's look at this game like we looked at the game last week in the league, and we spoke about this. The Greenwood and Rashford have got to work hard again. Just because it's a cup game, they've still got to work hard. Robertson and Trent will get forward. I'm expecting a big reaction from Liverpool, and I think that's why Ollie's gone so strong. I really think there'll be a strong reaction from Liverpool. Can you hear me, Flex?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Ninja Smith United says, I agree, Rashford has never been a 9 playing on the left. Will pin back Trent and free up Shaw a bit to overlap. What's your thoughts on the team, mate?
Yeah, I like it. I like the team. I actually like, do you know what? The more I've had to simmer on it as well and actually think about it, I proper like the team, I really do. I think it's nice to see. I was watching an analysis about what Bruno's like in the big games. And this isn't Bruno slander, because I know you probably disagree with this, and a lot of people will, because we know what Bruno brings, and he's one pass away from having an impact in these big games, or one shot away that hit the post or something from having a big impact in these games. But they were saying, like, how would Man United play if Bruno wasn't in the team against like one of the big 6? And I just kind of thought, what would we be like? Do you know what I mean? If we put that, especially if you put Donny in there. And you're right, this game is all about Donny van der Beek and where he plays. Look, because it's Rashford, Cavani and Greenwood, Donny's not going to play on the right wing or the left wing. I can't see. So for me, he's almost certainly going to play number 10 or next to McTominay as a 6. So, but I think Pogba coming back in and playing in the central role again is where we want to see him. So I don't think he'll play Pogba number 10. He's just never done that before. So for me, I think we will see Donny in a number 10. And it'd be really interesting to see. Look, Donny hasn't played a lot of football. So this is where it gets really sketchy, because what you don't want is people who are not really fussed about whether Donny's been playing or not, because we've been winning, and they're like, just leave it. They might say, oh, well, Donny hasn't done anything if in 50 minutes, this is why we have to play Bruno, because Donny's shit in that position. Do you know what I mean? In one game when he's coming out the cold. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. I'm looking forward to see the interchange. And you know what? Rashford as well. I said this in the fan forum. I posed a question to the boys, and I was saying, is Rashford not playing on the left unbalancing us? Is he struggling a little bit with it? Because really, let's face it, his best position, for me anyway, is on the left. He knows what he wants to do. I know he can frustrate us with doing, making the wrong decisions or whatever, but at least on the left-hand side, he knows he wants to get at his man, cut in, shoot. Like, he knows what he wants to do. I feel like when he's been on the right, it's a bit stutter, a bit start, stop, not really. I feel like we've been doing a lot of accommodating. And I feel like with this game, I feel like for once, we're not really just accommodating for accommodating's sake. I feel like we're just playing people in their proper positions. Maybe arguably Greenwood, if you're still arguing he's a 9, and then seeing where we get to. So I don't mind the team at all. I like it.
Derek G says, just a thought, as Solskjaer was brought up under Sir Alex, do you think Solskjaer wants to follow the mould by having an English centre-back, hence Ferdinand and Maguire, and a Scottish DM, says Derek Glass? I think that would be a bit weird to do that, to be honest. I think Greenwood is not being used properly as a right winger. I feel it's hindering his development, says Stephen Penner. And just seeing all his comments on Donny, he's not happy players in his position playing well. Obviously don't watch McTominay play, he's been crap. Sean Negative Turn, I think we've spoken about that before. Mane's on the bench for Liverpool. It's a strong team for Liverpool. How do you think? Right, you're happy with the team, and to be honest with you, some people might, Bruno haters are probably saying that's our best starting lineup, whatever. But the reality is, it's quite a strong United side, but it's quite a strong Liverpool side as well. They've gone strong, we've gone strong. How do you feel this game's going to pan out?
I think I think it could take similar patterns to what the Anfield game was. Liverpool trying to get on the ball, Liverpool trying to probe, Liverpool putting in about 100 crosses, Trent doing what he does. But I feel what could be different is maybe our approach. I think we'll force the issue a little bit more. I think we'll be a little bit braver. I think we'll be a little bit more confident to say, we played against them 90 minutes last week. We know what we done well, and we know what didn't go so well. Yes, we've changed up the team slightly in areas. We still got the same back four, which is always good. But we know their weaknesses. We know we can go, we maybe pay them a little bit too much respect. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And whereas I think with Bruno, I think in his game, Bruno for me isn't like a ball carrier. Like he won't pick up the ball and travel with it. And I think in these big games, he's been asked to, like, we're playing on the counter, find Rashford in behind. Like against Liverpool in the first game, it was clear what it was. Get the ball to Bruno. Bruno, you're going to have Rashi on the turn. You're going to have Martial on the turn, whatever it is. Try and play that ball. But maybe with Van der Beek in there, maybe it might not be like that. I think we can potentially try and keep the ball more and be more patient in the final third, as opposed to just looking for that killer pass, which kind of is annoying when we do that. So I think it will take a pattern of Liverpool will still dominate possession in periods, 100%. But I think we'll be a bit braver.
Also, our midfield will need to be disciplined, as Ricky will say, to attacking, says KA. It's 4-3-3 marks, says Jay Perriman. I think we've got it as a 4-3-3. I don't know why people are saying it's a 4-3-3, because basically that's basically what we've got anyway. It's just permutations of how the three play, whether two sit and one's advanced, or whether one sit and two's advanced. So we'll see that when the game kicks off. What I'm quite interested, I think people are saying 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-3 are different. I'm old school. I think it's 4-3-3 and you just play the three in different positions. But the reality is, I would say what I want to know is, what's the difference in the confidence levels with Manchester United that they think they can drop Bruno, drop Fred, drop Martial, and go and beat Liverpool? Yet a week ago, we wouldn't have thought we could do that. And the only reason we think we can do it now is because Burnley beat them midweek. Are we underestimating Liverpool a little bit, is my question.
Ross. No, I think we have to change it up as well, because look, the games are coming thick and fast. I don't think, you said it yourself. We weren't going to see the exact same 11s. We just wasn't. With the games coming that quick, was it Sheffield United on Wednesday? And people might say it's only Sheffield United, but you can't be on that. You can't be on that. So, but I do think though there's a little bit of what you're saying though. There is a little bit of that, and I don't necessarily mind it. I don't think you can afford to change up the game plan too much, because like you said, you can't just underestimate them because they're on a shit run and can't score right now. And do you know what I mean? They've still got players in there. They're still going to play in a certain way. Still a Jurgen Klopp team. But we're at home. And I think confidence-wise, being able to, even though it's not in the league, being able to beat one of these big teams the first time this season, I think will do us a world of good and heap massive pressure on them, psychological pressure going into their next set of games as well. Do you know what I mean? Who've they got next? Tottenham, is it? I think.
Yeah, Tottenham Thursday. Yeah.
Tottenham Thursday.
I agree with you on that. I just think. I think it's a massive game. I think if United got turned over 4-0, it would hurt us. I think if we beat them, it will hurt them. But what I'm a little bit confused by is that there's a real big confidence around United. But when you look at it, we deserved to beat Fulham, but we only beat them 2-1. They lost to Burnley, and now it's suddenly like we can make 3 or 4 changes, and we'll win this game. And I think that Liverpool team. What I'm trying to say is that it's a great opportunity for Van der Beek and Greenwood and Rashford and Cavani and Pogba and everyone who's playing tonight, because I think we will win 3-2, but I don't think we should think, oh yeah, we can win 3-2. I think that would be an amazing performance, because I still think that Liverpool team is very, very good. And, they're just having a bit of a blip at the moment. I think they're going to be up for it tonight. Danny says Bruno's goal contributed 70% of our goals against the top since this season. Flex is an undercover Ricky. He can't stand Bruno. I don't. What you got to say about that? You Bruno hater.
So I can't stand Bruno. Wow. I don't know.
There will be a lot of people like that. We know there's people in the fan base who don't like Bruno, and they will be absolutely waxing lyrical about this team if it wins and saying, "This is it. I've told you. I've always said this. Bruno shouldn't be playing. And it, Bruno will be back playing because he's the best player in the team. But
I thought Bruno would start today. I said to my Liverpool mate, he was saying, yeah, I reckon it'll be like pretty much your normal team apart from Bruno. I actually said I bet him a tenner Bruno starts. I was like, nah, Bruno will definitely start. Like, he doesn't get rested or dropped or anything. Like, Bruno's there.
I actually agree. You know what? Just jump in, because I want to ask you about that. Somebody said earlier before you came on, do you think Bruno will be okay about being dropped? I said absolutely not. It's a massive game. He will hate it. He's been dropped. He's not been Ollie will say I'm resting you, but in his mind he'll feel as if he's been dropped because he will hate it. I actually don't think it's a bad idea, because it's never a bad idea to keep good players on their toes. I wish we'd do it a little bit more, because
absolutely,
I think he won't want to be rested. So whether he said to Ollie it's fine, and whether Ollie said, look, you're rested, you're back in for Sheffield United, he'll be itching to play today. So I think it could work out quite well anyway. Sometimes it's a good idea today. Pogba said it, didn't he? He said he hated it being on the bench when he was on the bench in December.
Exactly. Look, no player. I know the Bruno thing, like how well he's done for us and how brilliant he is. And when he doesn't play, like we're not the same. But no one player can think that they're untouchable. No. It just shouldn't happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know what happened with Ronaldo. That's a bit different. But you just shouldn't believe you're untouchable. Like, we've got a big squad, especially when you've got someone like Donny van der Beek, who, is a very good player, and when he gets his chance, hopefully he can take it and push the others. I want top players at the club pushing other top players. That's what I want. I'm not really. We can all get involved in our favourites and what we want to see, and you've got your favourite player and that. But for me, I just want to see a high level of competition amongst the squad, because we're ahead of where we thought we'd be this season, and I don't mean just by our league position. I mean in our development, we're ahead. Like I look at it and I'm like, wow, like it's actually starting to click, let alone if we go and get the right winger, the defensive midfielder, the centre-back partnership. So I want to keep these players hungry. I want to keep these players on their toes. I don't mind it at all. I like it.
Hi, Mark. Can you give a shout-out to my mate Manav? He's a Liverpool prat. Says our dog. Sounds a bit of a prat, Manav. No problem. We will drop points, lose games this year, but which other manager cares more about Man United? Ollie in, says fullback. I think Greenwood is not being... Stephen Pino, your super chat just keeps coming up and up and up. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is set to appoint Paul Pogba official vice-captain of the club, says the Devil's Advocate. Watch and learn, super chat. And Ninja Smith United, between the two benches, Ollie should have had a lot more confidence in making changes. Hopefully he sees that and does it when it's needed, says Ninja Smith United. Mate, I just want to go back to that. I've got to be honest. In a time of positivity, that turns my stomach a little bit, and I don't really know why. This is a story that's sort of come out, and if that is true from Manchester Evening News, that Manchester United are set to appoint Paul Pogba vice-captain of the club, I've got to be honest, I think it's a disgrace. I do. I really do. I don't know why Bruno would have it taken off him for what he's done over the last year. for a player that, as far as we know, doesn't even want to be here. I don't get that at all.
Yeah, because it's so absurd. I just think that's not true. Like, I just think that's a load of bullshit.
Well,
I don't know.
Look on their website, because I mean, we might be being trolled here, but it just, I mean, I like Paul Pogba. It's nothing to do with Paul Pogba. I just think it sends a really bad message if that.
No, unless look, listen, unless there's something we don't know as fans, which is, well, there's always a lot we don't know. But unless there's like, he's about to sign a 3-year extension. You know, he's going to sign, and they know it. But the club would be idiots to do that, and that's nothing to do with Paul Pogba. That would be stupid of the club to do it, because Paul Pogba has just got his head down. He's settled. Paul Pogba will know what he wants to do in the summer from now. He will know. He would have spoken to the hierarchy. The club, I believe, will have a very good idea of what he wants to do. And I know a lot of people say, oh, if we win the league, maybe he might stay because he thinks X, Y, Z. I think it's already made up, whether it's him staying or him going. I think it's been decided. I don't think winning the league would change what's been decided. So I'm not saying I definitely know what has been decided, but my opinion is that I think one or the other has been decided and nothing will change it. So I think they'll be very silly if they know for a fact behind the scenes he's going in the summer, and you get that kind of report, and that's true. I just refuse to believe that.
We'll see. Vice captain should be Shaw, says, and Bruno, the main C, Maguire can just be the mascot, says Ninja Smurf United. So keep a couple of super chats here. I mean, look, I like Pogba. It's nothing to do with Pogba. I just think, in a political point of view, it just wouldn't be right to take the vice captaincy off someone like Bruno Fernandes, who's been a legend for the last year, to give it to somebody who a month ago was throwing the club under the bus before a big, massive game. I just don't think it would be right. But, you know, maybe I'm old school. But in relation to this game, I think Pogba's going to have a big part to play. Massive player for us.
Playing really well right now, yeah.
Playing really well. I'm really happy he's playing centre mid, because remember last week against Liverpool he played right midfield. So it's going to be very interesting. He's playing 2 of the 3 midfielders last week, isn't he? In fact, I think Shaqiri, you could argue that Liverpool's midfield is stronger than it was last week, because they played Shaqiri, Wijnaldum and Thiago. And this time it's Milner, Thiago and Wijnaldum. So it's going to be very, very physical in there.
It will. That's what I mean. It's a different type of task. You could argue that they're arguably stronger, and they brought in Jones as well, he's a good player. But you're looking at the young centre back there. What's his name? Williamson or whatever his name is.
Robbie Williams, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know. Whether
I was going to say you're definitely trolling. His first name's definitely not Robbie, is it?
I don't know.
But like when they played Henderson there with Fabinho, we kind of rued ourselves, saying, did we really put Henderson in massive trouble where he's running back towards his own goal and giving him a difficult time? We did a couple of times, but we didn't make them pay. So look, there's a reason why I think when it came down to that game in the league, that Klopp didn't go with that young kid, and he's an actual defender, because they don't really rate him that much, you know. So hopefully, I'm not eating my words with that kid having a stormer, because I think we should be going to put it on him.
Tommy Kyomi says, get in. Lots of love from Bergen, Norway. Love the show, Mr. Goldbridge and the United Stand. Thank you very much, people. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. There are these prats out there who just try and pretend that the United Stand is the negative stand. Absolute bullshit. You know, show us the proof. This channel has been very, very positive for most of this season. There's been times to be constructive and criticise. There's been times where some of you have been Ollie out because you felt there was a better manager out there. But I think in the main, there's been a lot of support for this side. And also, over the last 2 months, I think there's been a real realisation, even from those people who didn't necessarily think Ollie was the right man. I've seen a lot of people flex saying, you know, you've got to admire what he's done over the last while. And look, you know, I think today's a massive opportunity to, you know, it's not 3 points. I think Arsenal next Saturday night is more important than this. But the reality is this game is here, and we don't want to lose it. And I think that he's obviously going strong, and I hope we play a little bit more on the front foot, because we know Liverpool will.
Yeah, exactly. Like, look, you can't be naive. You can't underestimate them and go gung-ho. And I think there will be an element of caution to our performance, because, like you said, I think Liverpool are always going to have that respect. But I just think, like you said there about people who saying it's hate and don't like Ollie and all this stuff. For me, like, if you're a Man United fan now, and you're still in your feelings of like, he's not the right guy, he's not this, he's not that. What do you want? Because you were the same people at the beginning of the season, like most, who were saying we ain't got a chance of being anywhere near the top of the league.
Yeah.
What? So what are you asking for then? Because you wanted, I don't even want to just say only Pochettino. You wanted every other manager but Solskjaer because you feel that he'll get better out of this squad. Well, what's better out of this squad then? Because you're top of the league. You're competing for the title. I don't care whether you can say it's Corona and other people are shit and all of this stuff. The other teams, when the levels go back to what the levels are, City start getting 90 points again, and so do Liverpool. You can argue that to the cows come home. But right now, this season, what more can you ask for as a United fan in the league? Don't get me wrong. Going out of the Champions League was massively disappointing, especially in the manner that we did, because we actually showed progress with the way Ollie got us into a position only needing 1 point out of the last 2 games. That was actually progress. And then we obviously come up short. But I think things change so quickly in football, and especially this season, that we can't get too made up with just sticking by what you said 18 months ago, because 18 months ago is not where we are as a team. Like you're entitled to your opinion as things happen, but come on, we're top of the league. Like I don't see, you can't say that we have not improved as well. You can't say that. Impossible. I don't care what anyone says. You could be the staunchest Ollie person, whatever. He has brought this team forward. I don't care what anyone says. He has.
I agree. Nearly hit 1 million subs, shows how negative the United stand is, says Ninja Smith United. Thanks for the super chat. Remember, you can subscribe for free, bottom right-hand corner on that road to 1 million. But also we got a super chat from Davey Fisher. He says, if Pogba got given the freedom Bruno gets, he'd be the undisputed best midfielder in the world. Ollie should play Pogba in Cam and move Bruno to right wing. Davey, I don't think you know who Paul Pogba is. I really... And I'm not being arrogant here, because we've all got opinions, but I would as a massive fan of Paul Pogba and the way he plays football, I'm speaking to people who are apparently, I don't know whether they're Pogba FC or what, but they apparently think Paul Pogba's a centre attacking midfielder, which for me takes away half of Paul Pogba's game. Paul Pogba is one of the best 40-yard passers in the game. Paul Pogba is very physical, which want in your midfield, and Paul Pogba on the ball can drive forward. His goal against Fulham just typified the best bits of Paul Pogba. And if you look at Paul Pogba's best goals across his career, they're very similar to that when he was at Juventus. He picks it up in deep, he drives forward and he hits a shot. Paul Pogba playing on the edge of the box, I guarantee you he can get past the player. He can probably hit a shot. He can play a little 5-yard pass. But when I think of Paul Pogba flex and everybody else as well, I would never, if we had Bruno Fernandes, if Bruno Fernandes never existed, I still wouldn't want Paul Pogba playing at number 10. I'd want him playing exactly where he played the other night. I want him in that midfield, orchestrating things, running things, physically, athletically, and with the array of passing and driving ability he's got.
Yeah, I don't think Pogba moves or behaves like a 10 for me. I also think that because he's that good, when you have a team around him that allows him to play to his best of his ability, when you put him in the 6 area and allow him to go forward at the right time.
Where he's in France, isn't it? You know, put a proper CDM next to him. Exactly.
There you go. You've got to allow him. What you have to do with Pogba is give him license at the right times to end up in the final third, not be there all the time. For me, like that goal against Fulham, he was playing alongside Fred, sorry. But in that passage of play, he's found himself on the inside right channel because we've got them penned in. It's the right time to go forward. He's got cover behind, whatever. The setup was right, or he's picked the moment to go forward into the inside right channel, brings the ball down, comes inside past 2 Fulham players, and obviously hits a worldie. But I think if he's in that area constantly and it's on him to make it happen every single time he gets the ball, like you said, I don't think we get the best out of him. And we don't have anyone else in our team. You talk about, I don't watch a lot of NFL, but I know how important a quarterback is. You talk about trying to unlock a defense or find a pass in transition. Paul Pogba can do that. He can turn us from defense into attack very quickly with one amazing
You're
ball.
Right. Not many people can do that in world football.
Not many people can do that. And we don't have anyone else in our team. I don't think if you play Bruno in the 6 or deeper, I don't think he can unlock a defense like with a great driven pass into the lane. Don't get me wrong, his passing ability is good, but I think Pogba is more suited to that, and just how Bruno is more suited to that. And also, you don't know, this whole take Bruno out of 10, No one would that be better for us? How do you know? Like, no, everyone's not
look at the points accumulation since he's been in the team. Like, you know, look at, he's won 4. It makes me laugh how people say take Bruno out of the team for Van der Beek, take Bruno out of the team for Pogba. He's won 4 Premier League Player of the Month awards
in that position. Exactly. So if you're Ollie, you're looking at it like, how could I? What reasonable, acceptable excuse have I got for actually changing his position?
He doesn't need to. And also, it's the deep balls. I love the deep balls from Pogba.
Yeah.
One thing we've not spoken about, and we must talk about it because I'd hate to miss it if it goes wrong. There's a lot of discussion about this over the last 6 months. They did play well last week. Liverpool didn't really get at them, but they did play well. Lindelof and Maguire. Is that an issue now that we've suddenly forgot because of one good game? You know, Rio Ferdinand himself said they give him nightmares. You know, many people have said that they're an issue. He's got his best back four. I think he's playing Shaw and Wan-Bissaka to give that cover to Maguire and Lindelof because, you know, obviously Salah's playing. Do you think that actually Liverpool's probably a good game for them to play because Firmino's not really that getting behind centre forward?
There you go. Look, Lindelof and Maguire, right? I think we need to put context on Lindelof and Maguire because when you think about it, again, this is how you got to look at how Ollie's going to look at it, which is the facts. Yeah. We have got to this position in the league, finished 3rd in the league last year, which was the best of the rest, with Lindelof and Maguire. So I know we can see why we need to get another centre half, but in this moment of how the team is performing, the proof, like they say, has been in the pudding. They've got us up to 1st in the league. Eric Bailly's only come in pretty much in kind of December, and I know that's the period we actually got top of the league. I get it. He played 3 or 4 games, didn't he, when Lindelof was out, and played fantastically. And I get why we want Eric Bailly, and I'm one of them because I see how we play without him. But we can't just act like, as soon as it's Lindelof and Maguire, we are absolutely awful. We can't buy a result, and we are shit because they've proved in quite a few big games that they can have good games. It's just that throughout the whole of a season, the types of goals that they concede, we're not happy with. Do you know what I mean? So we need to go in and get that long-term replacement. But I think that Ollie looks at it and goes, you know what? They've proved that they can do it together. They're obviously his favourite pairing. And you know what? We won't forget about it because as fans, we know what direction we want to go in and what type of centre-back partnership we want to have. But Ollie will say, that's my strongest two. When they're fit, they will play. And Eric, there's so many games that Eric will just come in and out. I think that's what it's going to be.
How is Pogba getting his hair done in lockdown? So Steve Metcalf. Well, money, I suppose. I mean, I don't really know. I don't really know how that works, to be honest with you. But it will be, maybe his other half's brilliant at haircuts. I don't know. Might be something to do with that. I don't know.
You might have a bubble, innit? It might have a bubble. Barber stays in the bubble for 2 weeks, does quarantine, make sure that he ain't got it, gets a test, and does it.
Greenwood and Rashford as wingers too, attacking. Ask Ricky. He knows it's either brave or stupid by Ollie. They both shoot when they should pass. I'll tell you what, I'd be very interested. The players are coming out now. I'd be very interested to see how Cavani reacts today because he's got probably the 2 worst players for service playing with him today. With Rashford and Greenwood, and especially after last week, Rashford will definitely, because he's a confidence player, he's an intelligent lad. Ollie will have had a word with him as well. That pass that he should have played to Cavani, he will have had feedback on that. So yeah, I expect Rashford will be a little bit more creative in this game.
Yeah, I really hope so. It's a big game for him. It's a big game for Greenwood as well, actually. I'll just really quickly talk about him. I feel like we all can see he hasn't been at the races. I feel like he hasn't been as involved. And for me, I was more thinking, do we put in a Donny there? Do you even bring in Mata? Do you, I know people are going to laugh, but do you obviously the Dan James situation, I'm not saying that, but the fact that Rashford had to go out there as well for balance, Mason just hasn't looked at it. So again, hopefully he can, man. I really do. Hopefully he can be involved in this game and not just be on the periphery, man.
Well, we'll get you on at half-time, mate. Thanks for popping on. And, there'll be lots to talk about. It's a massive game. You've almost got to get yourself into it, haven't you, really? Because it's an FA Cup game. But once the whistle goes, this is huge.
Massive. Let's go do this, man.
All right, I'll speak to you at half-time, pal.
Nice one.
Cheers, mate. You can follow Flex at FlexUTD on Twitter. We are very, very close to kickoff. Rudy Cox says Greenwood and Rashford as wingers, 2 attacking as risky. He knows it's brave. Well, we've done that one from Rudy, actually, sorry. Hi, Mark. I've got 20k followers on Twitter and just told them to subscribe to the channel. Can you call them all Prats, says Nelson. Remember, subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, you Prats. Rashford should do the Lingard celebration if he scores, says Jack Elliott. I think Greenwood's... Oh, Stephen Penner's super chat just keeps coming up again and again and again, and so does Sean Negative Turners. So sorry, I'm not going to keep reading them. Watching from Canada, says Eric. Yeah, get in the live comments. Let us know where you're watching from. People are nosy, and we do this quite a lot. So let us know where you're watching from. You can also put what time it is if you want, but yeah, let us know where you're watching from and your score predictions. That get those in. We are about to kick off. I've got the timer ready as well. I'm going to go Man United to win 3-2. Remember, we can make, I think, is it 4 or 5 substitutions today? So that's going to be interesting. But we are a minute away from kickoff. The players are in the centre circle. Let's see. Get rid of that. Bye-bye. But yeah, I mean, I think essentially very strong Liverpool side that's been put out, which I'm excited to see. I'm excited for this game. I think we all are, aren't we? Bring it on. Let's get on with it. We're ready to go. Let's see where Paul Pogba's going to play. Lots of people watching Indonesia, Jamaica, Greenland, Namibia. Indonesia, massive. That's what I always call them. Watching from sunny Sheffield. Go on, the boys, says Frankie O'Connor. So we're good to go. Van der Beek's playing the kickoff, so that means he is number 10. Bruno on the bench. Pogba will play a deeper role. Bruno normally takes the kickoff, so therefore Van der Beek's taken it. So I think he's going to be playing that role. Confident about a win today, says Lucas JP. I normally watch all the games with my mate, but he's across the world now. Can you call Jared a prat? Says Lucas. Lucas says you're a prat. Come on, let's get on with it, ref. We take the knee, we kick the ball. We've taken the knee. We kick the ball. Come on. Come on, ref. We go. We move. Let's get that timer up on the screen as well. So, a little rub of the hands. A little clap. And we go. Let's get on with it. A little quick back stretch as well. So, Van der Beek straight away playing in that Bruno position. Pogba playing, and we've got it exactly right on the screen. Pogba to the left-hand side, McTominay to the right. We're about mentality. Ferguson built that, and Ollie was part of it. He knows the standards. This is United. Let's stop the negativity, says Bry. Sure. Well, I think the big thing for me today is that we're not playing Sheffield United. We're playing a Liverpool side that is a good Liverpool side. I think it's going to be a real test for United today. Let's see how it goes. They're going to exploit us down they're going to try to exploit us down the flanks. Robertson and Trent. Their midfield is very combative. Their 2 weak spots are this guy, Williams at the back, and if you can call him a weak player, Jones, who will play on the left for Liverpool. Greenwood's going to have to work hard. Rashford's going to have to work hard. Switch of the play. United are a bit all over the shop here. Trent Alexander-Arnold, cross comes in, cleared by McTominay. It's a poor clearance. Wijnaldum shoots, blocked by Luke Shaw. They've carved us open a little bit there. I don't know where the midfield is, but now Greenwood with a chance. Thiago, got to settle down a little bit quickly here. That midfield looks a little bit ragged. Remember, there's a lot of things to look at tonight. The back four, Maguire and Lindelof, suspect, as we know, a bit of a slow start from United, some people are saying. But I'm interested in McTominay and Pogba. Have we played... When was the last time we played McTominay and Pogba? I'm going to take a note about that because hopefully they're going to have a storming game. But I'm pretty sure that Pogba and McTominay played as a midfield 2 against Crystal Palace last season and they were shit. Well, McTominay was shit. So let's see. But Liverpool starting with a high tempo here, which is what you would expect. And that's what I say. Don't sleep on Liverpool. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. Don't sleep on Liverpool. They'll be up for it. We are about... Yeah, I've done that one for Bryce Shaw. Thanks for the super chats. Remember to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Does your nickname have a... Does your wife have a nickname for you? Yeah. So, I just need to settle down a bit. This pivot's terrible, says Zach Shaw. I don't rate McTominay in a CDM. I don't rate McTominay in a CDM. I think McTominay and Pogba are very similar. Don't clip it. I'm not saying that McTominay's as good as Pogba, but I think they're the same player. I think they need to play in a pivot and be allowed to get forward more. I think the best you see of McTominay, well played Luke Shaw on Salah again. The best you see of McTominay is when he's allowed to get forward. Rashford can get forward here. He's up against Williams. He goes past Williams, stands him up, puts him on his arse, lays it back. Pogba on the edge. Bad first touch. He'll go to Luke Shaw there. Into Rashford. And it's died down a little bit. Luke Shaw's going to put a cross in. And Donny van der Beek gets there. And he's won a corner as well. Good start. Good cross. Good first attack from United there. But yeah, I think that McTominay and Pogba need a Matic next to them. Or a CDM that we don't have. I don't think as a double pivot. They're defensively... defensively disciplined enough. But we've got a lot of height on these crosses. Pogba, McTominay, Maguire, and Liverpool don't. It's the same story as last week. If we can get the right cross in, Luke Shaw puts it in. Donny got a head on it. And Manchester United will pick it up again here. Is Lindelof into Luke Shaw. And he's not won the throw in there. It's a Liverpool throw in. Donny will run into pockets all night, says Daz. And yeah, it does go to extra time. It goes to extra time and penalties if required. But we would get penalties after extra time. I don't think either team would really want 30 minutes, but you can make 5 subs, I've heard as well. Hey Mark, happy to see Donny play again for 2-1. Not happy that Lindelof is playing instead of Bay or Axel, says Mohammed Idris. And Mark, Declan Rice was talking about you. Old news, we know about that. Come on, Donny, says Nesta. United looking a little bit... Well, Liverpool are making United have to play quick, which is what Liverpool will do. So, you know, I was surprised by Liverpool's energy levels against Burnley. I would be very surprised if Klopp allows them to get away with it again. Rashford runs in on the inside, loses the ball. Again... See Rashford there? It looks good when he skips past his man, but he takes an extra touch to run at somebody else when Cavani's waiting for the ball to come in. And this is the issue with Rashford. He goes past man 1 and he wants to go past man 2. Go past man 1, you've got the space, put the cross in. If you watch that back then, Rashford gets past man 1, cuts inside and runs to go past somebody else. And what he should do is, I'm a winger, I'm past my man, I've got the space, put the cross into the box. And he didn't do it. He's got to learn to do this if he's going to be an efficient world-class winger. Like that ball there, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Rashford. First time ball, over the back 4. Cavani's nearly in. Alisson has to come off his line. Cavani looks at Rashford and goes, that. And that's the thing with Rashford for me. He can do it. He's just got to do it 75% of the time instead of 50-50 to become this world-class winger. But that was a great ball by Rashford over the top. Here's Rashford. Nicely into Cavani. If he can switch it. Oh, he tried to do it. Unlucky by Cavani. He just went behind Greenwood. Otherwise, Greenwood was in. But it's a much more open game, this is. It's a much more open game, as predicted. It's not a league game. Points aren't on... You know, there's not a point's not a good result. It's going to be a winner in this game. And I think both teams, for that reason, are playing a little bit more open. And United have settled down now, which is good. Maguire bringing the ball forward. Gets it to Luke Shaw. He wants to whip the cross in. There's movement in the box. Greenwood tucks in on the far side as well. Very close to Cavani. Maguire. Oh, he's late there. Referee plays it on. That's late on Maguire. We don't want to see Maguire getting injured. He's up, thank God. There's a longer ball away now. Down the left-hand side. Thiago as I look up. That's good pressing by Greenwood. Good, good. There is that concern about Greenwood and Rashford's work rates. Well, I'll tell you what, so far, they've tracked the runners of the fullbacks, and it's been a very interesting, energetic first 7 minutes here. Much better already than the game last week. A lot more going on. we've not even spoken about that. I think there will be some tasty tackles like that one on Harry Maguire. When you look at that Liverpool team, James Milner as well. I don't know whether it was Milner who tackled Maguire. He's always one of those players to get his foot in. There's Trent with the cross. Wan-Bissaka just getting his foot on it. Good job that he did. Greenwood. Very, 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 very quick pace to this first 10 minutes. No team's been allowed to settle. And that's a goal kick. Well done, Harry Maguire. It was Milner on Harry Maguire. What a bloody surprise. Should have got a yellow card. Should have got a yellow card for that. No card, ref? Not going to give a card? No. No card for that. He's having a bloody laugh. Any day, any game, that's a card. Another prat of a ref. Great that is, isn't it? Where is the card? Where is the card, Oski? I don't know. Should have been a card. I would have said it the other way around. It's a late tackle. It's one of those tackles where you let them know you're there. But we don't play in the football game like that anymore. Those sort of tackles are not allowed. It should have been a yellow card. Pratt ref. That's it. Pratt ref. Anyway, good start to this game. Enjoying it. It's open. It's not. I'm not as. I think last week's game, because it was the league game and the league's more important than the cup, it just felt a little bit more tense. This one, I think the players will just feel a little bit more relaxed. Not relaxed. They'll want to win, but they'll just be they know someone's got to win this game, and I think that will make people feel a little bit more on the top. The referee, I can't remember his bloody name. Is it Craig Pawson or something like that? Somebody will let me know. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. On the road to 963,000. Here's Donny. Nice ball into Greenwood. Give it him back. Mason. Have a look, Mason. Give it back to Donny. Give it to Donny. Oh, for God's sake, Greenwood, you bloody greedy prats. What's he done there? The angle he's shooting from there is a bloody joke. Why? Why's he not pulled that back? Oh, my God. Greenwood there. That angle he shoots from. Pass to Donny and it's a goal. This is the problem with our wingers. Too bloody selfish. He's shot from a stupid angle. I mean, that's as bad. That is actually probably worse than Rashford not playing Cavani in last week. Because we're shouting at him. Go back and watch what I was saying. 5 seconds he's running down that side and we're going, Mason, pass it, Mason. Pass it. Cut it back, Mason. And he bloody shoots. Oh, bloody hell. It's all right if you score. But if you don't score, you've got to get the criticism. Ollie's got to sort this out. They're wingers. They're not fucking strikers. They're wingers. They've got to learn to be unselfish. Most wingers treat an assist like a goal. Our wingers don't value assists. They've got to score. And look, I'd love Greenwood to score tonight. I think he needs that. Is Van der Beek down the right-hand side? See, he'll look to pass because he's that sort of a player. He should have gone forward there. Don't know why he came back. But yeah, we need a winger whose job is to do it. Selfish wingers, you're right, our biggest problem in attack, says Gertchen. I don't mind having one player that's selfish, but you've got to have one who's just looking to find Greenwood. That's what happened when you have a striker, rejects playing on the wing. They don't know when to realise the ball, says Sean Negative Turner. Well, Greenwood's a striker, and you don't want him to lose his selfishness, but it should be 1-0. We should be 1-0 there. Realistically, if he gives that to Donny van der Beek scores. Such a simple pass to make. But we move on. It's been a good game. Winger or striker, it doesn't matter. Your position is irrelevant. If a teammate is in a position where they are more likely to score than you, you've got to pass it, says Joshua Bowater. I think Greenwood looks, to be fair though, I think Greenwood looks a lot better than he has done for a few weeks. That's the positive. McTominay goes round and round just to pass it backwards, gets it back again. Loses the ball. That's not a foul, Scott. It's just a shit touch. Oh, no, he's giving the foul. Bit lucky there, ref. Thanks for that, ref. I thought it was a bad touch by McTominay, but he's given a foul. Fair play. This is how we lose games against top teams. We fail to give a pass when that's all you need to do, says KT Menza. Actually, that was a pass. That was a foul by Thiago and McTominay. Liverpool have got it back. Salah's in the box. Good block by Maguire. Cavani with the flick. Oh, mistake by their centre-back, Williams. Rashford. He'll feed Rashford. Don't you worry. No, he won't. Cavani doesn't feed him. Nice bit of play by Cavani. Gets it to Greenwood. Now, what's Greenwood going to do here? Is he looking to get a pass off? No. It's a shot again. Too greedy. He's got to stop this. He's got to stop this. He can't shoot every time. You're not the striker. Cavani does this work here. And watch Greenwood again. Step overs. I'm having a shot. And look at Cavani in the middle. And here we go. We're going to see it again. Lovely ball by Van der Beek. Watch Van der Beek now. Watch. Any time from now, pass to Van der Beek. One. No. What? And the angle he shoots from is stupid. Oh, dear. Mason. Oh, well, move on. Can you call me a prat? It'll make my day, says Lil Kamzi. You're a prat. And a winger who prides on assists rather than goals. Roberto Donadoni, says Yi Rung. Oh, I love Donadoni. But to be fair, let's go back to that comment from the first, before the game kicked off, Stephen Penner. I think Greenwood's not being used properly as a right winger, and I feel it is hindering his development. Well, he thinks he's a striker, doesn't he? And he plays like a striker. But Greenwood deserves the same criticism that Rashford did last week there. Too selfish off the right wing. But I think if United can sort out their wing positions, we'd be a much better side. Good play by McTominay there. Can't get out at the moment. Midfield, we're getting pressed a lot. This game's going to be won down the flanks. I think the midfield's very congested. Pogba wants it. You've got to remember as well with Greenwood, he probably desperately wants to score, doesn't he? And I think we all desperately want him to score because you want that confidence to come back. Cavani getting revenge on Rashford for not passing last week, says Connor. He could have played him in, to be fair, but I think the defender had gone with the run. It wasn't as good. Lovely play by Luke Shaw, but he gets tackled there. Mo Salah. Jones. Another greedy player. Jones for Liverpool. I tell you what, what I would say though, it's a good game, isn't it? It's an intriguing game so far. And United are giving as good as they've got. So it's good to see that. Can you call my cousin, Josh Barras, a prat, says Sonny Fowler? Oh, I need to stretch me back. That's what I do need to do, Josh. Yeah, much better game than last week, though. Welcome to the Members Club, Matt W1108. Lindelof comes across for a throw-in. Yeah, you can't take your eyes off this game. Cavani's always running, says Mohammed Wall. Jay Shah says Cavani showing his class and work rate, 100%. Yeah, it's been impressive from Cavani. But it's probably why he gets injured so much, because he does put in a shift. He really does. Wide ball to Luke Shaw here, brings it forward. I mean, the energy levels of Luke Shaw are fantastic. I tell you what, this is what you want to see. Rashford up against this young lad, Williams. More and more, please. Good tackle by Trent. Goes for a corner. It's a good game, says Earthen. And it's a corner for Manchester United. Dan James might actually work in a game like this, says Mabon. I think Man United would just be a better side if we had somebody who could cross that ball in, really. Luke Shaw's on the corner. Can we make... Harry normally wins one. Cross comes in, Luke Shaw. Back post, keeper's got it. Vincent McDonald says McTominay hasn't passed one ball forward, always passes sideways or backwards. Welcome to the Members Club, Stephen Atkinson. Thanks for joining. Get a little badge next to your name in the super chats. Thanks for supporting the channel. If you watch McTominay's taking, doesn't know what to do when there isn't an obvious pass, says SK. I just don't think he's a CDM. I think he's a box-to-box player. Can you block anyone who asks you to call them a prat, says Robert McCormack? Well, I'll block you. Oh, what a ball. Salah, what a ball and what a goal. What a ball. Unbelievable. One pass takes out the whole back four from United. That is unbelievable, really. You've got to look at Luke Shaw. You've got to look at Harry Maguire. That's their side. And you've got to look at the midfield because that's just one pass. I've not seen a goal like this for a long time. Wijnaldum's got it. Jones. McTominay just lets him go. Fucking McTominay just lets him go. That's shit. A shit midfield press there. And then the back four. Well, it's Lindelof. Lindelof's not out of position. It was just awful. Oh, what a great goal by Liverpool. Crap by Manchester United's defence. McTominay just lets Jones play the pass. It's a delightful finish by Salah. But that is crap goal to concede from United. Really poor. McTominay goes to sleep. He may as well be reading bloody Spot the Dog or something, or Harry Potter at bedtime, because he's gone to sleep in the midfield. The pass has been played in behind, and Luke Shaw and Lindelof have lost him. That's such a basic goal to concede. I'm telling you, watch that back. You've got to blame Luke Shaw, you've got to blame Lindelof, but you never, as a midfielder, should allow a player to take a touch and play a pass like that. It's bloody disgusting from that midfield again. Bunny hop McTominay again. And you could probably bring Pogba into it a bit, but the worst bit about that is you cannot let a midfielder take a touch and play a pass like that. You've got to be tight. It's lazy in the midfield. Bullshit again. We've spent 20 minutes talking about that CD. Look, again, they're in behind again here. You've got to press quicker than that. You've got to press much quicker than that. We need a CDM. We need a CDM. 100%. Well, I'm not taking anything away. It looked a really clean goal from Liverpool, but when you look at it back from a tactical point of view, it's a ball in from Wijnaldum to... Was it Jones? Was it Jones who gets it? Yeah, here it is there. McTominay. He just drifts past McTominay. Luke Shaw's lost Salah. But Lindelof and Maguire aren't marking anybody either. So, it's just... They've just switched. I mean, what's that from McTominay there? It's a bad team goal to concede. Mark, our defence is so bad. Would you want Upamecano or Koulibaly, says Victor Liang. I'd like to have a look at that goal again at half time, but for me it starts with a simple pass that McTominay doesn't close down Jones. Then the pass is on and Salah has somehow got himself into a position where Luke Shaw's lost him and Lindelof's not picked him up. But Lindelof's in the Maguire position. So I don't know what's gone on. The back four are definitely at fault, but I think it starts with McTominay. Never really used to rate Cavani, but I've been massively impressed with him at United. Also, Donny is a better CDM than McTominay. Ha ha ha, says Jay Perriman. And McTominay, Lindelof, Shaw, Pogba so passive yet again, says Pete Squire. McTominay's a Duracell bunny. No wonder he hops. Poor, says Emily Derry. Well, Liverpool are waving forward again here. Jones with the shot straight at Henderson. That midfield is getting overrun, though. That midfield of Pogba and McTominay. It's just not good enough. Get Matic on. There's an interesting super chat coming in here. McTominay lacks what's required to play for us, says Cass York. Lindelof got spun by that pass too. Also, awful defence. Yeah, I'd need to see it back at half time, Nate. Because Luke Shaw was looking at Lindelof. And I don't know why Luke Shaw was looking at Lindelof, because Salah's Luke Shaw's man. So I don't know what that was all about there. We're just giving a free kick away here as well. Mark, playing Donny over Bruno exposes United's lack of midfield. You can see that every time when Bruno or Martial or Cavani who have to come deep. McTominay with a foul on the edge of the box. Time for Matic. Van der Beek is too high up. Pogba's getting swamped and McTominay isolated. Shape all wrong, but will take Ollie and Co another 65 minutes to figure it out. They are getting swamped in the midfield. That midfield too, the mystery man. You're absolutely right. But Liverpool leading 1-0. And it was a good goal from a Liverpool point of view. It's certainly not one you could look back and say they've been lucky. It was a very good goal. But they've got a free kick here on the edge of the box. Bit of a soft one by McTominay. Super chat from, definitely needs to call out, but McTominay needs to seek and destroy. He can't smell danger, says SK. It's a good free kick position here for Trent and Liverpool. And it's gone over the bar, which is luckily. All this moaning about Van der Beek not starting, he wouldn't get in my side either, says Robert Thompson. And how many more mistakes must McTominay make before he's dropped? Just like Maguire, some of these Brit players are held to zero accountability by Ollie, says Julian S. Well, I don't want to say too much because I get told that I've got an agenda against Scott McTominay, and I don't want to have that levelled against me. But what I will say is that if you want to play him as a box-to-box player, fine, let's see what he's all about. But as a CDM, never in a million years. He just hasn't got, like somebody just said there, he can't sniff out danger. He doesn't spot. He doesn't close people down quick enough. I'll take off Donny instead of McTominay, says Sam. Bring on Fred instead of McTominay, says Vincent McDonald. I don't know how you can. What I find easy. I mean, look, I'm going to write this down for the match reaction. Is this not the same issue? Is this not the same issue that people will now understand why Bruno doesn't play well against the good teams? Because Donny van der Beek's not having a very good game, right? But he's playing in the Bruno role, and against the good teams, you get nothing. You don't get anything. Like Cavani's, everyone's noticed Cavani's running around a lot. Have you noticed Cavani have a shot on goal yet? Have you noticed Cavani nearly have a shot on goal yet? No, because we're playing a top six side again. We're playing ultra defensive. We're not winning the midfield battle. We're not getting the ball to our number 10, and we're not getting the ball to our forwards. It's the same old game, again. Brandon says it was Maguire's fault. He switched with Lindelof and McTominay doesn't close him down. We'll have a look back at that at half time, Brandon. And hi Mark, remember Ali back in the day? Here's to 1 million subscribers soon, and please call me a prat, says Chris Osman. Yeah, whatever happened to Ali? Lovely ball into Greenwood, he's got to take it, and he does! And it's 1-1 from Mr. 1-1, Mason Greenwood. What a goal that is! Play that back. Confidence for the kid. Rashford with the pass. That's magic. That's bloody superb. I tell you what, he might have been selfish on the first one, but if you give that kid a chance, that kid will take a chance. And it's 1-1, and it's a fantastic goal from Mason. Get in there, lad. Get in there. We want this player. We want this player to hit the heights that we know he can do. Look at this. Good tackle by Pogba. Great tackle by Pogba. Van der Beek, first time pass to Rashford. Brilliant ball by Van der Beek. And then watch this from Rashford. Wonder ball by Marcus Rashford. Milner can't get there. It's a great goal. It's a great goal. From the tackle by Pogba, from the instant pass to Van der Beek, to the world-class pass by Rashford, to the stunning finish by Mason Greenwood. That goal is superb. That's counter-attacking football. That's what Manchester United do on the tin. Magnificent assist by Rashford. Super finish by Mason Greenwood. But don't take away the tackle by Pogba on the edge of the box and the first time pass by Van der Beek to spring the attack. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Manchester United to get back into it. 1-1. Come on. Fight back ability. Let's not snooze again. That goal we conceded was because we snoozed. Let's not snooze again. Let's bloody... I told you there was goals in this game as well. What did I say? 3-2 United. I think we're going to get a good game here today as well. Come on. Here's Rashford down the left again. He's got Williams on toast. He may as well call himself Heinz Baked Beans, this Williams, because Rashford's got him on toast. Donny! Oh, penalty. He wants a penalty, ref. He wants a penalty, ref. Ref! It's a frigging penalty. He's down injured, man. Bloody hell, this ref's a prat. What an idiot. Have a look. He's hurt himself. Have a look. Rashford with the run. Van der Beek's fouled here, I'm sure of it. Craig Pratson. Watch this. Rashford slips him in. Thiago. Oh no, I think Alisson. Oh, it's a penalty. Alisson doesn't touch the ball. That's a penalty. Alisson doesn't touch the ball. It's a bloody penalty. Stonewall penalty. Referee's bottled it. Klopp's got in his ear. Stonewall penalty on Donny van der Beek. Ref's a prat. Ref's a prat. Why don't you think it's a penalty? He moves the ball away past Alisson and then Alisson takes him out. How can that not be a penalty? People are saying never a penalty, never a penalty. Tell me why it's not a penalty. He touches him after the ball's gone, so how can it not be a penalty? The ref did, the goalkeeper didn't touch the ball, he touches the player. It's like a late tackle. Anyway, it's a good game, isn't it? We're shouting for penalties. We're shouting for penalties that might not be penalties, but whatever. Can we get credit for Dan Van der Beek starting that move off? He's shown class through this game, even if he's not having much of the ball. G Hammond, I was talking about this just before the goal. People are saying he's not playing well. He's not getting a lot of the ball. Someone please mark Thiago. 2 sixes don't work. You give away too much of the pitch with no fights, says Joe Keegan. It's been an interesting game. Fantastic goal by Manchester United as well. I just want to say what a hit it was by Greenwood, but what a ball it was by Marcus Rashford. Absolutely stunning. Really was. Lovely. We've just got to stay focused in this game because we can win it. We've just got to be careful at the back. We look a little bit jittery at the back. And I don't like Dean Henderson passing around the back like that, to be honest with you. Never a pen. He was not controlling the ball anymore, says, well, you don't understand what a foul is, mate. Klopp's linked up with the refs on the headset, says Ollie. I'd have to see that back at half-time, but what I saw, and in my mind, I think this is a penalty. I saw Van der Beek knock the ball square and Alisson's momentum hit Van der Beek. So that, to me, is why I said it was a penalty. I'll stand corrected if I see something different at half-time, but that's why I'm saying it's a penalty, because in my mind, that is what a penalty is. We will see at half-time. But there is no doubt that the goal was a fantastic goal from Manchester United. How can people judge Donny when he doesn't get much game time and has barely seen any of the ball, says Nate H. He does the small things so well. I think he'd do a better job than McTominay. I think Klopp's comments are in the head of the referees and they're under pressure with the penalty decisions. Same with Fred, says MLM. Oh yeah, you know what? The ex-referee who's on Sky Sports, he said about that penalty on Fred against Fulham that we didn't get. He said, I can't understand it. It's a penalty. I don't know why that wasn't given. I don't know why VAR didn't give it. So, you know. Somebody just said there, Alisson actually saved the shot. If Alisson saves the shot, it's not a penalty. I'll accept that. But from the angle I saw, it looked like he didn't. Rashi in form, so proud of them all. Get in, says Stray79. I told you Rashford would have a good game. But that ball's on all the time, isn't it? To behind Robertson and Trent from one side or the other. Mark thought Milner on Maguire was a penalty, says Robert McCormack. Playing out from the back is causing us problems, says Rory Harrison. Thanks for the super chat. Do that through the $sign. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on that road to 963,000. I'll just see how we're doing. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We are, oh my God, what a good time to look. We are 10 subscribers away from 963,000. We're currently on 962. 995. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're only a few away from 963,000. Can I do the Matip dance? Well, he's not playing, is he? But it's like this. Welcome to the Members Club, DF Ilks. Thank you very much for joining the Members Club. Impressed with Greenwood, not far off Rashi in my opinion, says Cass. Yeah, I just think he was a little. I just wish he was a little bit less selfish. But you know, he's a striker. That's what he is. That chance in the box is, you know, 100%. You don't need to look at the pass there. Nice strength by Pogba. Gets it down that flank to Rashford. Let's have a look. It's got to be a yellow card. Thiago there. Why is he not booking people? This ref. Where's the card? All day we've been waiting for you to give us a card. Where's the card? It's a bloody blatant yellow. He's through. He's through. Give him a card. Why is he not giving him a card? That's a blatant yellow card. The ref's a joke. He's past Thiago and he's running into the penalty box. It's a bloody yellow card. Ref is awful. Absolutely awful. Get your cards out. You're a prat. You're useless, mate. He stood there with the whistle. I don't even know what he wants. What's this for? What's this for? Shove it up your arse and blow it. I can't believe that's not a yellow card. That's 2 now. Luke Shaw with the free kick. Cross comes in. Corner. Welcome to the Members Club. Tibor Romanovic. Well, it's not racism from the referee because Harry Maguire was fouled by James Milner and that should have been a yellow card as well. So it's clearly not racism. 2-1 to United, I feel. Come on, United, says Neil Borman. Sorry, somebody said the ref's being racist and I just think, you know, we should always call that sort of silly comment out because the 2 yellow cards were for 1 on Milner and Maguire and that one was Thiago and Rashford. Cross comes in from Luke Shaw. Free header by Pogba over the bar. Didn't get it on target. Two-one to United, I feel. Come on, says Niall Borman. I'm sticking with 3-2 United. 10 minutes to half time. Remember, this could go extra time. Could go penalties. Why Harry keeps switching with Lindelof and Harry always the spare man, says Daniel Harding. Oh, this has been going on for ages. The ref works for Klopp, says Zawu. I don't know why Maguire. Welcome to Members Club, Brooke Burkitt. Thanks for joining. You get a little badge next to your name. Thanks for supporting the channel. Pogba's got it here. Goes back to Maguire. Wan-Bissaka's been. I haven't noticed Wan-Bissaka at all. I don't think that means he's had a bad game. But look at McTominay going backwards again. He never goes forward with a pass either. He's always looking at the simple pass. I bet his pass completion rate again is about 95% because it's always forward. Sorry, it's always backwards. As soon as he gets it, he looks for a simple pass. Got to keep the stats up. Mark, I just want to say that all these jealous people claiming to be Man United fans that have been... I don't know what that comment even means. I'm telling you this ref is Kevin Friend, says Sicko. Pogba looks like... No, not reading that. Another corner for United. Over the bar from McTominay. Another header won. Another one over the bar. Same exact penalty was given to Burnley versus Liverpool. His ref forgot his cards in a dressing room, says Tim Z35. I've got to look at that penalty thing back, to be honest with you. I would presume Alisson gets a bit of the ball because I'm sure we've got VAR. This shows that we've really improved. Love it, says Robert McCormack. Yeah, we're going toe-to-toe. Welcome to the Members Club, Pranav. They will bring Marnie on in the second half. Yes, I think they will do, and I think we will bring. I think we'll bring Bruno on as well. Liverpool got the ball here at the moment. Somebody just said there the keeper doesn't touch the ball at all. I don't know. I'll have to look at it at half time. I thought it was a penalty at the time. A lot of people are saying it's not a penalty, so there must be something in that. I don't know if she is getting luckier in the bedroom, but he's like a dog with a bone, proper going for it and smashing every minute. Good lad, says Jack in life. Don't know what he's talking about. Oh no, referee. Right, that looked like a foul to me on Rashford. Ref's not having any of that either. Luke Shaw's out of position. Good tackle by Pogba to intercept it. Good covering by Paul Pogba there. This ref's in love with Thiago. He must be in love with him. Just a joke. He must be in the Thiago fan club or something. He'd probably be saying to Thiago as he goes off, if you get an OnlyFans, I'd sign up. Oh, here we go. Robertson's in down the left. Cross comes into the back post. Cleared away by Luke Shaw. Corner. I thought that was a foul on Rashford on the edge of the box. Thiago does the old clever, I'm going to walk in front of him when Rashford's gone past him. How's that's not a yellow card? Why have we got referees refereeing games like this who don't know how to play frigging football? Just running around like a prat. Ref's getting on my bloody tits. Arsehole like a clown's pocket. Milner with the hit. That goes wide. McTominay losing the ball again. McTominay hasn't had a good half, has he? Go forward, Scott. Sideways. It did sort of go forward. I could see it on the grass. Nice ball by Rashford. If that will stay towards him. Rashford's got it. Lovely ball by Luke Shaw, actually. Finds McTominay. Sideways pass to Pogba. Good bit of possession here. 5 minutes to go to half time. Maguire. Throw in. Mark, don't you think Cavani's move is second to none and we need to tie him down to a longer contract? Stephen Atkinson. Take off Scott, bring on Fred, says Niall Borman. I think Cavani makes fantastic movements, but I think that it's always going to be wasted until we get a winger who can put a cross into the box. Aaron Wan-Bissaka needed to be rested. Need him fresh, says Darshan. I haven't noticed Wan-Bissaka. I don't know whether I'd say he's had a bad game or not. I mean, in some ways you could say he's had a good game because we haven't noticed him. McTominay and Pogba are too slow. They get swamped very easily against high-tempo teams with the high press, says Pranav. There's a foul in the box here for Mason Greenwood and a yellow card. Was it a penalty? Is it a penalty here? I wasn't looking. I was looking at something else. Fabinho on Greenwood. Let me just watch this back. Ooh. Nasty. Just outside the box. To be fair to Fabinho, I don't think it would be a red. He did go to kick the ball. But it caught McTominay. Ricky, are we happy with McTominay's passing stats, says Lloyd Howell. And Matt says, hi Mark, can you say happy birthday to my mate Joel? Happy birthday, Joel, from Matt. Welcome to the members club, Dan Eagle. So Pogba's on this free kick. He's had a very good run of form recently. It's a good situation for a free kick. I'd like Luke Shaw to hit this. Pull rank, Luke. Pogba's going to pull rank here. Looked quite close. To be fair, he goes around the right part of the wall, Pogba. He goes around the outside of the wall. No, it's nowhere near. Nowhere near. Not close. Very encouraging to see that belief back among the United team. Do you think we have the ability to get over the line now like we used to, says Bryce Shaw. Well, look, you know what? The goal we conceded was silly, but to come back like we did was a really good team goal. You know, quick. Really, I loved that goal. The equaliser from Man United is fantastic. As a team goal, it's absolutely fantastic. Mark, don't you think referees are so used to getting assist from VAR they have dropped their levels, which affects games with no VAR, says Winston to Thomas. Have we got VAR in this game? We should have VAR because there's VAR at Old Trafford. Van der Beek, lovely ball to Luke Shaw. Cuts it back. Oh, cleared out McTominay. Oh, Scott. Couldn't do much more there. Goes for a throw. There is VAR. Yeah, there is VAR. Welcome to the Members Club, Bryce Shaw. We probably will lose this match with the weak Lindelof, says Shaw. I'm looking forward to seeing that goal at half-time back, actually, because it just happened so quickly, and you can see that McTominay's too lazy on Jones. But I want to know why Lindelof and Maguire have swapped position, and I also want to know who's picking up the run of Salah, because there's two players there. Can you call Fiona Pratt, says Matt. And nice ball. No, that's going to go for a throw. There is VAR in this game. I think Luke Shaw's had a very, very good game again, which is why I want to look at that goal again, because if he's at fault, he's at fault. But nice ball over the top here. Wan-Bissaka should be onto that. Henderson's onto it anyway. Luke Shaw is fantastic. Absolutely love him being in the team. Never seems to put a foot wrong. Perry Smith is we actually playing better than Liverpool, says Tim Z35. Oh, Liverpool on the attack. Welcome to the Members Club, to Mazza and No Censor. Thank you very much for joining. Rashford's in down the left-hand side. Have a look. Who's in the middle, Rashford? Are you going to have a look? Have a look. Yes, good ball to Greenwood, late off to Pogba. Pogba's going to hit it. Goes for the shot just wide. Good play by United, though. Good play by United on the break. Again, it's always causing a problem. I think the reason people are raving about Luke Shaw, if people don't understand it, it's the energy levels. It's the backwards and forwards. It's the, compare Luke Shaw to the three other fullbacks. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson, Wan-Bissaka. Have we noticed them? But Luke Shaw, we've noticed back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. He's always on the ball. He's always making things happen. That's why people are talking about Luke Shaw in a positive way, because he's having... he's the one we're noticing again. And yeah, look, his man scores a goal. We're going to be having a look at that at half time very, very quickly. But it's half time now. It's he's just his energy levels are on a different level to anybody else's, especially all the other fullbacks, and that's why people are talking about him. Klopp's running off to the tunnel, but Manchester United have done fantastically well. Let's not lie. Manchester United have been very, very good in that half to get back into it. I can't wait to see the goals at half time to have a quick look at what went wrong on the goal that we conceded. But to be back from 1-0 down shows character that Manchester United are showing week in, week out now. And this is a good Liverpool side, and it's a very equal game. And I think that, to me, is the most important takeaway tonight so far, is the fact that we did go 1-0 down. This is a very good Liverpool side, but we didn't let it affect us, and we've managed to fight our way back to level pegging. And I think we've been the better team towards half time. So I think there could be a challenge system for teams to call for VAR if refs did not do anything similar to that in tennis, says Yi. And we should cut our losses, sell McTominay and Lindelof and get Zakaria or Samori and Medina, and then we would be a very good team. Look, I've got to say, to be honest with you, I'm very, very happy that we're back in this game, because I think the goal that we concede is so disappointing. They're going to show it now. What do you think of Shaw needs to do to prove the haters that he's class? Let's just watch this goal back. I want to watch this goal back here, because this is where it goes wrong for me. Firmino pulls out. Salah's out wide on the right. No, Trent's on the right. Okay, I can see what's happened here. This is Lindelof's fault. It's not Luke Shaw's fault. Wijnaldum, Rashford's let Trent go, so Luke Shaw has got to go and keep an eye on Trent. Lindelof is the man who loses Salah, not Luke Shaw, because Luke Shaw's keeping an eye on Trent. It's Lindelof who fucks his run up. That's interesting. I did wonder that. It's Lindelof's fault. It's not Luke Shaw's fault. Lindelof is the man who leaves the space for the pass to run through, because he's checked wrong. McTominay has got to get tighter to Jones, and Lindelof has got to close the passing lane. So that's what's gone wrong there. Flex, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Just talking about the goal there. I knew that McTominay didn't close Jones down, but I did wonder whether Luke Shaw was at fault or it's Lindelof. I think it's very clear on analysis back that Lindelof messes up the angles and allows Salah to run through. I don't know whether you've got any other thoughts on that. I wasn't impressed with McTominay in that half. I thought he again showed to me that he's not a CDM. He's a box-to-box player, and I just thought he had a bad half. But apart from that, I think Manchester United, the goal that they got to get back in the game was fantastic, and we probably were the better team.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit behind you, so I'm just looking at the replay now, looking at that. Lindelof has drifted in. It's just between the two of them. Do you know, when that happens, when you get a player going between two, I always look at both of them, though, because I just think between the pair of you, you've got to sort it out. You've got to know. Luke Shaw, you either need to give the shout to Lindelof that you're too far forward, or Lindelof, don't go too far out wide, but you've left. It's just a bit of both. They're both. Let Mo Salah go in and do that. But, Luke Shaw, listen, I know we're going to talk about Marcus Rashford. We'll talk about McTominay not playing too well and us giving the ball away. Luke Shaw has been outstanding. Apart from that there, in his involvement in conceding. He's been absolutely brilliant, up and down. His pass selection is perfect. His touch in tight areas is perfect. Usually his defending's very good. I know he was part of that goal there, but other than that, he's been second to none on the pitch. Rashford as well. We've been crying out for a big game for Rashford. What a pass. That's something that, him making the wrong decisions at the wrong times is something that we've been, critical of Marcus for. And that's what we want to see from him, because we know he's got it in the locker to, make good decisions. Do you know what I mean? And I think he has done that consistently through the half. He is a massive threat down Liverpool's right-hand side. And you know what the biggest frustration about that half is, like you're saying there, is if McTominay, and I bring Pogba into this as well, it's not just Scott McTominay, he's the standout one because, we know what Pogba can offer, and going forward, you look at when we scored a goal, Pogba puts in a great tackle, and then Van der Beek plays a great ball to the wing, which actually starts the attack. But they both have been guilty of giving the ball away quite stupidly in silly areas when they're just not at it and just not constant.
Pogba and McTominay, I think we spoke, or maybe we spoke about it, spoke it before the game. They don't work. Obviously Pogba's way better than McTominay, but they're the same player. Yeah. McTominay is not you've got to put a Matic or a Fred next to one of those players. That's why it was McFred. That's why it was Matic and Pogba. It can be Fred and Pogba, and I think it can be Matic and Fred just about, but it can never be McTominay and Pogba. They don't work because, like we saw with the goal, Fred would have been straight in on Jones, and McTominay stands off. He almost lets Jones take it. Well, Jones takes a touch and then picks his pass, and McTominay's still nowhere near him. So I think Pogba and McTominay don't complement each other at all.
They don't. But on the flip side of that, if you look at the performance on a whole, I think it's been very good. It's been very good. We just need to tighten up our midfield. I mean, looking at the goal back here, we've got them running back towards their own goal. They're all running back. No one puts any pressure on Rashford. They leave Greenwood. And you know what? Greenwood, the first two strikes he had, people accused him of being greedy. I thought the first one where he was running down the right channel and you're thinking, can he get it back to Van der Beek? But if you actually look at it, Reece Williams or whatever his name is, his position is actually stopping that cutback. So I want Mason to kind of get on the ball and try and make things happen for himself. So I don't really call him greedy there. I think the pass just wasn't on. I don't blame him. And to take that on his weaker foot there, you clean through on goal.
Is this a penalty? You're going to get this a little bit later than me, so well, no, they're not going to show it now.
Yeah, I remember it from earlier. I don't think it was a penalty.
No, I genuinely wanted to see it back because I think if Van der Beek squares it and then Alisson hits him after the ball's gone, it's a penalty. But some people were saying Alisson got a bit of the ball. But a few people talking about. Let me just read this one from. Sorry, the super chat thing's going stupid today. McTominay's like a Poundland version of Pogba. He's got passion and effort, but lacks the quality, says Brad Lewis. Scott, Alf, and Van der Beek in Scott's position. Bring Bruno in, says Buster Nuts. And Danny Van der Beek is a very smart player, but maybe he's a bit too soft for the English game. What do you think about Van der Beek? Because I think that, as a defender of Bruno, I'm more than happy to defend Van der Beek. For me, he's not having a bad game. He's having the same game that Bruno has in these games. Just don't get much of the ball. You don't get much of the ball.
He's done all right. Listen, there's been times early on in that half he's just playing nice little simple passes. And you know what you got to remember is, right, when we scored the goal, Pogba comes in with the tackle, right? And then Van der Beek is about to get clattered someone and plays just a nice one-touch, simple pass to the left wing. Like, things like that go underrated because they look so simple because simple players make them look simple. Someone said to me, a friend of mine said, football is a very simple game, complicated by idiots. And I think Van der Beek plays the game in that way. He just plays it very simple. He often plays the first pass he sees. So you're right. I don't think Van der Beek is ever going to be a player who runs the whole game. Similar to how maybe Bruno is. He's the provider. He's the person who plays intelligent passes. There was a time when he got the ball in the right-hand channel where you're thinking, why didn't he run at the fullbacks and go? No, he's like, well, I probably haven't got the beat in the Fabinho one-on-one, so I'll just keep the ball. Do you know what I mean? Rather than try something I can't do. I love that. I don't mind it. Look here, plays a perfectly weighted ball through to Luke Shaw, and then we cross it and Alisson has to palm it out. When really, if he's trying to do too much, he could try and take it on a half turn, run at them, hit a 25-yard shot. Plays the ball through here to Cavani, then Cavani hits it to Rashford, and then we're through on a counter-attack. He plays the pass that leads to the pass that puts us in on goal. Do you know what I mean? Just before the end of the half there, that move was started by Van der Beek playing it to Cavani, then Cavani gets to Rashford, and Rashford does his thing. So you have to look at the game. It depends how you look at football and what you take out of it. But for me, he does all the simple things well. He makes the right decision pretty much all the time on the ball. And that could just be a one-touch pass. Do you know what I mean? I love that. I love
think
that.
If we were playing, what I would say in the simplest term is I don't think Van der Beek's having a bad game. You could say the same about Cavani. Cavani, everyone's going on about Cavani's work rate, but how many shots on goal has he had? How many sniffs on goal has he had? None. Yeah. If that was Martial, I don't think people would be on about his work rate because people don't notice that because some people don't like Martial. I think Cavani and Van der Beek have been quiet because this is what happens when you play as the 9 and 10 in the United side. We don't create chances. Look at the goal we scored. It's a great goal, but it's the left winger to the right winger. We don't put the ball into the box for the number 9. We just don't. Doesn't mean we can't win games, but I've been saying this for a long time. We're a bit like Liverpool. A lot of our goals will come from Rashford and Greenwood because we get them off the width because of the work the number 9 does and the number 10 does. That's what happens in this team. But I think if this was United playing, I don't know, Fulham or Sheffield United, if we picked this team against Sheffield United on Wednesday, Van der Beek would probably have an 8 or 9 out of 10 because he'd have loads and loads of the ball.
100%. In and around the final third, in and around the edge of the box, linking up little 1-2s, little bits of intricacy. But you have to, this is what I'm saying, you have to respect, as I know we don't want to use that word with Liverpool, but you have to respect the opposition that you're playing because what's actually happening is you have to change your game. Or, you know what I mean? You're not going to get as much of the ball. But when you do have it, how do you use the ball? And every time Van der Beek's got the ball, barring maybe one or twice, you can't make the right pass every single time.
Well, it's interesting because people are saying, shut up, Mark. Martial's shit and Cavani's played well. You're not listening to what I'm saying. How many shots on goal has Cavani had? He's the number 9. I'm telling you now, I'm not saying Cavani's had a bad game because his work rate has been excellent, but he's a number 9. He's not, he's not a fucking Duracell bunny. He's a number 9. He wants chances. When Greenwood didn't cross that to Van der Beek, he's shouting at him again, saying, cross the bloody ball, just like he is all the time. What I'm telling you about the United system is, I think Cavani has had a good game. He has worked hard, but he's a number 9. you're meant to create chances for your number 9. We don't do that. And the reason we don't do that is because we've got 2 wingers who don't cross the ball into the area for the number 9. And we've also got a number 10 that we don't really get on the ball enough in a game like this. So United are playing really, really well. And I think if you give Cavani a chance, you will do. But this is not new for Man United. What I'm doing is defending Van der Beek and Cavani and saying that they're not going to score goals and they're not going to have great games if you don't get them on the ball enough. And I don't think we've got them on the ball enough in this half. But it's nothing new because we've said the same about Bruno and Martial and Greenwood when he's played at number 9. It can be a bit of a graveyard shift where you stand out like Cavani did for your work rate, not for your bloody goals.
Exactly.
Would you make any changes? Because the other thing, the interesting thing, Flex, is that this cannot end in a draw. It will go to extra time. I went 3-2. I don't know what your score prediction was, but he will have to make changes. I think Bruno will come on. Would you just do the Bruno for Van der Beek thing, or would you try and mix it up a bit?
I think we're all right. No, I would actually look to change. If it keeps persisting with McTominay and Pogba not kind of retaining the ball, I know it might sound like targeting, but you know what Pogba can offer, so you keep him on for me. Yeah. I would get Matic or Fred on for McTominay. And I think we're doing all right, honestly. We're creating chances. We look dangerous anytime we go forward. Liverpool aren't tearing us a new one every time they go forward. You know, don't get me wrong. They've that passage of play that they did have that led to the goal was us. You know, it was a really poor goal for us to concede from our point of view, just being split like that. But other than that, what has Dean Henderson had to do? Alisson's having to work a lot harder than Dean Henderson.
Yeah. So I think we will have to make subs though at some point because
of course that's fine.
They will. What I'm saying, what was sort of leading up to is they will bring Mane on. That will make them stronger. He will bring Bruno on. I'm convinced by it.
That's fine. And you know it's going to be for Van der Beek. It will be. Yeah. That's the FIFA. I'd
take McTominay off right now for Matic. Some people would say that's a bit harsh, but I would do that. Or Fred, one of those two, because I think that will release Pogba and get a little bit more bite in the midfield. But Martial will probably come on for Greenwood as well at some point, I would have thought, or maybe even Cavani. So we've got options.
Greenwood's actually having a good game as well, though. He's making good runs.
I'm so glad he scored. He needed that. He
needed that. He really did, especially after having the 2 shots beforehand. I like the confidence. It shows that I'm not in a good moment.
He's a number 9, isn't he? He's a number 9.
Just keep playing. Yeah, exactly. Just he wants to just keep coming in and having shots, not really come inside and provide. So it was a great goal for him to score for sure.
Well, I think Greenwood should have passed a couple of times in that game, and I think there's a few times this season he should have passed, and you've seen the frustration from Cavani. But I do think he's being played out of position. And what I liked about that Greenwood chance is there's no question in that position he's got to pass. He's just got to finish, and that's where Greenwood's at his best. You're right, Mark. At least with Martial, he can create something from nothing, either a penalty or a chance, as Dre Lucklin. We have a big chance for both this game and the title if Pogba continues playing with the aggression and desire like today. Did you notice Lindelof was on the left centre-back during that mistake? His mistake was a result of mistake happened during reorganising after a corner that Liverpool had. Yeah, we did get caught. I don't understand why Lindelof was in Maguire's position and vice versa. But, sometimes these things are going to happen. I did say at the time it was a good Liverpool goal because it was a lovely pass and a lovely finish. You can always trace it back. McTominay should have closed down the pass and Lindelof and Shaw should have closed that angle off as well. Yeah. But it's a good goal by Liverpool. Finish. And you know what that was, Flex? That was an example of a very good team hurting you if you're not set up right.
Absolutely, because then when we've got our act together, we've limited to them to pretty much only that. We've had some really dangerous moments in there, but they've had a couple blocks and Alisson arming it out. Also, as well, from corners, they look very suspect from corners. We're getting a lot of free opportunities from corners, players being open. And the delivery's been good from Shaw every time as well.
He gets robbed of so many assists, doesn't he?
He does.
He's puts lovely balls into the box.
He does. Whether it's from open play, running down that flank, or from corners. And for me, Luke Shaw, the biggest thing I've always criticised Luke Shaw is I want to see him be more aggressive because I know he's got it in him. I always feel like he's playing within himself. Nothing defensively. And I want to see him cross more and be just more aggressive in attacking. He's answered that question.
He's the complete fullback at the moment, isn't he?
100%.
I did say that. I said that, some people in our live comments, why are they going on about Luke Shaw on the telly? Why are you lot going on about Luke Shaw? And I said, the very simplest way to explain it is that Wan-Bissaka, Trent, Robertson and Luke Shaw are the 4 fullbacks. The one that stands out is Luke Shaw. Has Trent been back and forward? Has Robertson been back and forward? Has Wan-Bissaka been back and forward? But Luke Shaw has. And that's why Luke Shaw's had the good game, because there's 4 very good fullbacks on the pitch and one of them streets ahead of all of them. And that's Luke Shaw at the moment.
Yeah, he's playing really well. Wan-Bissaka's quietly done his thing as well. But he just doesn't play in the same manner that Luke Shaw does in terms of
They've
the
sort of
byline
cancelled
link
each
on
other
that
out,
one
haven't they,
is-
Robertson and Wan-Bissaka, really? I think
Yeah.
Trent's losing the battle, isn't he?
Exactly, and he's getting overloaded as well. We talk how left-sided we are. He's having to get Luke Shaw going on overlaps. Plus, he's worried about Rashford, so they've got all sorts of trouble down that side, which is great for us.
Well, mate, we'll see you on the fan forum with KG
Yes.
after the match reaction. Hopefully, it might be a bit later if we go to extra time, but hopefully, I hadn't even looked at this. If we win, the draw's already be done. It's West Ham, so hopefully we'll be talking about the West Ham game. But what was your score prediction anyway? And have you changed it?
I went 2-1, so I'm still on for 2-1. Let's hopefully it's 3-1. Do you know what I mean? But I don't really care about being proven right on the scoreline. I just want us to win.
Nice one. All right, mate. Well, we'll speak to you in a bit.
Nice one. Cool.
Cheers. You can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. Bruno and Ollie having a bit of a laugh as they walk towards the pitch there. Second half, I really enjoyed that first half. I will say that. I really enjoyed that first half. And credit to Liverpool, credit to Man United, two very good sides. And the thing that excites me is that there's no class gap there. All right, it's not Liverpool's first team, but it's not quite our first team. We're about balanced. We've got about the right first team players, right reserve players, backup players, bench players, whatever you want to call it, and a very equal game. Really enjoyed it. More equal than last week where I felt that we defended a bit. So I'm impressed with United here. Scott out and Fred in says, Bun works harder, runs faster and plays much better with Pogba. We can overanalyze team selection to death. It's mentality. They're wearing the badge and a few of this team look like new signings. Says Bry Shaw. I thought he should have started Martial instead of Greenwood. How wrong was I? Says Zach Jones. Loving Pogba's passion. When he misses, it feels that he's more invested in the club and wants to perform for the club, says Dwayne. There's a whole change in that football club. I spoke about this on the Friday night show. There's a whole change in that dressing room. There's a mentality shift. There's leaders in there. It is much better. I think we can win this game. I think we can. I don't want extra time. I know some of us do want an extra time penalty shootout and all that jazz, and I don't want that. You're not going to have a fresh stretch, Mark, says Pro Rocket. I will. Go on then. I'll have a stretch. Why not? Stretch it out. I might have a glass of red in a minute as well. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. If you're playing United stand picks, hope you're doing well. Chance for Luke Shaw to put a cross in here. We're 400 subscribers away from 964,000, so please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. I'm sure we can get there in the second half. You're very welcome. We've got the fan forum coming up after. I do my match reaction straight after this. We'll have player ratings in the second half that you can vote for, which we use as part of my match reaction. I give my score, and when I give mine, it aggregates all of yours. 6 is average, 10 is obviously it's out of 10, so 6 is average. Then we've got the fan forum, Flex, KG, Alex, Kev, Jay. Fan cams, Ricky, Beth will be on those as well. We're live every morning at 10 a.m. with the news show. 8 o'clock every night. Obviously, when the matches are on, we're live before kickoff. So subscribe, bottom right hand corner. It's free to do. Get involved, part of the community. Who's better, Luke Shaw, Digne, or Reguilon? Says Tom Baker. At the moment, it's Luke Shaw, isn't it? At the moment. Appreciate all the work you put in. Cheers from USA, says Austin Clark. Thanks for the super chats, by the way, that have been coming in. Love what Shaw's doing, but think he should run beyond Rashford more. It's been very successful when he does. I think he runs past Rashford a lot. Shaw Infinity. I agree. I'd like to see him do it more, but to be honest with you, I think that his energy levels are on a ridiculous level. It's not easy to keep running backwards and forwards like he does. I think he's on a ridiculous level of fitness. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. It's an interesting game, this, because good play by Cavani, gets it to Greenwood. Ooh, Rashford's in! Rashford's in! Takes a touch. Go on! Yes! 1-1! 2-1! 2-1! Manchester United. Greenwood with the assist. A slip at the back. Rashford slipped through. I tell you what, this game's got more twists than a curly-whirly. It's a mistake by Robbie Williams at the back. He just wants to feel real love. Well, he's felt real love now. It's 2-1 to Manchester United, and that defensive weakness of Liverpool has been breached. It's Cavani in the middle of the pitch again. He wins the tackle on Thiago. Greenwood plays the ball through. The centre-back probably should stop it. He should stop it. But Rashford's through one-on-one. And that's calm. That's cool. That's cooler than a cucumber. That's absolutely fantastic by Rashford. Not a clean assist for Greenwood, but it is an assist. And it's Rashford with the finish 2-1. Get in. Lovely finish, Rashford. 2-1. Is he onside? Is the question coming through. He bloody better be. There's no indication of an... No, we've kicked off. We've kicked off. It's a goal. It's a goal. And it's 2-1 Marcus Rashford. Well, Flex has got the right score at the moment. But Robbie Williams has let him down at the back. I don't know. What is his name? Robbie? I just keep calling him Robbie Williams. Loving Angels instead. I'm just trying to think of Robbie Williams songs. Well, let me entertain you. You have entertained me, Robbie. You've entertained Manchester United fans. Let me entertain you by letting the pass through. Reece Williams is his name. Sorry, it'd be brilliant if it was Robbie Williams. It's just because they put R. Williams there, so I never know what his first name is. Let me entertain you by letting the pass through. Anyway, Liverpool on the attack. Go on, you've got to get the tackle in there, Greenwood. So we've got a 2-1 lead here in the Cup. Let's see what goes on from here. Something to hold on to. And it was the weakness for Liverpool. It was the weakness. Chuff for Greenwood. This must be doing wonders for him, says Emily Derry. And called it, says Niall Borman. Hi, Mark. Can you call my mate Fian? We've done that one from Matt. That's an old one. Well, Liverpool have just been vulnerable to that pace on the break from United because they're playing a high line. We won't play a high line with Lindelof and Maguire. So they've played into our hands here a little bit. Don't give up the day job. Don't worry, I'm not planning on having a singing career. Williams playing for United and McTominay for Liverpool, says Rajas. That's a foul by Rashford on Fabinho. Come on, Liverpool, says Jay Perryman. You're on the wrong channel. You must have channels for your own lot. Switch of the play to Robertson ain't going to kick that on. So the challenge is there for Liverpool now. Can you come back against Manchester United when we're leading 2-1? And if you do try and come back at us, 2 more months and I get the 24-month badge, says Sean Atwood. Can they come back against Manchester United when we're leading 2-1? Knowing that we've always going to attack them on the break. Mark, have you realised Rashford is back to playing on the left and he's been so much better, says Greatness Personified. Can you talk about Matic eavesdropping on Klopp, talking to the referee? Matic secret agent for us, says Red Baron. I don't know anything about this, Red Baron. If you can let us know a little bit more, I'd like to know. They're going to bring on Mane. Yes, they will bring on Mane. But it's almost set up for United now to just hit on the break, isn't it? You tried to claim for 6 months that Donny wasn't a cam and now he's playing and showing more than Bruno has for the last few weeks. Must start. Greenwood's in on the left-hand side. Mate, I support Manchester United. I don't support any of this bullshit. Pogba FC, Martial FC, Bruno FC. I don't do any of that. I just support United. You crack on. Maguire into Lindelof. It's good to see Greenwood back playing well because, you know what? There's been a lot of criticism for Greenwood, mainly from external clubs, about him being shit. And I think United fans have just had to stay a little bit quiet. And whenever I've been asked about Greenwood, I've said, look, he's had a hard year. I totally believe he can be anything he wants to be. And he's just gone through a bit of a quiet patch. I still think he can be anything he wants to be. And I think that it's no surprise to me that the goal he scored today, he's had a good game tonight, and that he will be a fantastic player for us. I think we've just had to be a little bit patient and quiet, which is always going to happen with a younger player. I've never really heard many United fans criticising Greenwood, saying he's crap, he's this, that and the other. He's had low scores. Of course he's had low scores. That's the way it should be. But nobody's ever really held it against him. Robbie Williams would do a better job at centre-back, says DBX. Probably. He doesn't look that good, does he, that centre-back for Liverpool, to be fair? And it won't do his confidence any good either. But this is, I'm not a Liverpool fan. I love it if Liverpool lose, but I don't sympathise with Klopp. But what did he say in his press conference? I want players, they won't buy them effectively, and I'm surprised they haven't bought a centre-back, because I do think that, you look at this Liverpool team, and if they actually had a Matip fit or a Gomez fit, they would play, wouldn't they? I mean, Van Dijk's injury is obviously unfortunate. You can't do much about that, and you can't do much about any of the injuries, but they're crying out for a centre-back. No need to put Bruno on now, is there, and risk him, says Salah Ahmed. He'll have promised Bruno 20 minutes. He will have promised him. Cavani has so much to teach our strikers. I hope they learn from him, especially the link-up play, says SK. Well, Liverpool haven't got going this half. It's been mainly Man United. 10 minutes gone. We've got that goal to go 2-1 in front. Granted, it was a mistake. Welcome to the Members Club, Tom Boone. It was a mistake by their centre-back. He should have done a lot better, but... Wan-Bissaka there. He's played the pass that Rashford hasn't run for. Rashford and Greenwood have swapped at the moment as well. Rashford's gone to the right, Greenwood's gone to the left. Can you sing Agadoo? I'll sing Agadoo if we score a third. This proves that we don't really rely on Bruno as much anymore, says Robert Cullens. What? Just shut up. I'm not interested in this ridiculous Bruno stuff. I'm sure people are trying to do it to wind people up. What are you talking about? We're 2-1 up because the centre-back slipped and now we don't rely on Bruno. Neither goal has come from the number 10 either. They're both from the wing. So what's that got to do with Bruno? Donny and McTominay have both been crap. Neither staked claim to start, says Jacob Harris. You won't hear about Van der Beek's bad game though, says Jacob Harris. Honestly, I love Van der Beek and I want him to have a future at United, but I wouldn't give him any more than a 6, average 6 so far in this game. I think the midfield battle has been quite stale, hasn't it? Nobody's, Thiago, I always think look at the opposition, because I think Pogba's probably been the best player on the pitch in the midfield. But Wijnaldum, probably a 6. Thiago, maybe a 6. Milner, 6. McTominay, probably a 5. Pogba I'd probably give a 7. Van der Beek would give a 6. I think the midfields have cancelled each other out. I'd say Pogba's been the pick of the 6 midfielders across both teams, but even he's not been able to grab hold of it. And sometimes that will happen. I said this before the game kicked off. It's they're a good team, Liverpool. Obviously, they're a very good team, and it's very hard in that midfield to shine through. It's very hard to shine in a game like this anyway, which is why people like Rashford and Greenwood and Luke Shaw deserve a lot of credit, because they've shone in this game. It's very hard to shine in this game. Look at the quality of players that are out there. Thiago, Robertson, Fabinho, Salah. Salah's had a quiet game apart from the goals. So it's very hard to shine in a game like this. And a lot of the time you will cancel each other out. Is it... Oh, what went wrong there? Milner. Big chance for Liverpool. I don't really know what happens here. It drops to him right on the 6-yard box. The ball comes in from the right-hand side. Firmino must win the header. It goes wide. Let's have a look. Wijnaldum, Thiago. Thiago puts a cross in. Lindelof and Maguire get in each other's way. Firmino gets up and I'll tell you what, it's a good job that doesn't go in, because Lindelof and Maguire would have been all sorts of shit there. One of them's got to go and win that ball. That's why you want Eric Bailly to play, because Eric Bailly would have cleared them out. Is it not our kid Williams? Oh, here we go. Salah. Fucking hell. Get out. 2-2. We just had a warning and it's 2-2. Slower than a snail at a red light. That bloody centre-back pairing again. What are they doing? They nearly conceded a goal just before. Not decisive enough. They're not the same. Maguire's not the same when he's playing with Lindelof. Nobody takes responsibility. They don't take responsibility. He's a different player when he's with Eric Bailly than when he is with Lindelof. It's a joke. It's like going out for a night out with Margot Robbie, you're loving it, or going out for a night out with your gran. It's not quite the same. Watch this. Ball comes through. Firmino, Maguire. It's too easy. That defensive centre-back pairing again. Lindelof's not tight on Firmino. Nobody's picked up the run of Milner. It's too easy. It's poor at the back again. That's not good. That's not good. And Henderson probably should have saved it as well, maybe. Maybe Henderson should make a save here. Straight at him. Gone through his legs. He's not as good with his legs as De Gea is. 2-2. Oh, it has got more twists than a curly-whirly. It is 2-2. What did I say? I said 3-2. That's a soft shit goal that is to concede. We're just not the same. We're not the same. You know what, though? The annoying thing is we'd literally just had a let-off 30 seconds before that. I don't know who gives the pass away, though. Was it Cavani? It's a loose pass from Cavani, and McTominay's... I don't know whether McTominay should have tucked in a bit. He's gone a bit wide, but it's the pass by Cavani that lets them in. But just before that, Thiago puts a cross in. Lindelof and Maguire are caught on their toes. Firmino heads it, and Milner should have scored anyway. And then 30 seconds later, they do score. Defensively, we just look, there's so many holes. Who's marking Trent there? Oh, for God's sake. Great save, Henderson. Who's tracking Henderson? Who's tracking Trent Alexander-Arnold there? He's a bloody right back. Somebody should be tracking him. Where's Rashford? Where's Greenwood? Stood on the bloody halfway line, look. Who's meant to mark Trent Alexander-Arnold? He's a bloody right back. It's not Luke Shaw's job. We're getting overrun here. We fell asleep. We've gone to sleep. We're 2-1 up and we think we've won the bloody game. Cross coming in again. Fell asleep here. Need to bloody wake up. All over the place at the back. Mane's coming on now. They're going in for the kill. Someone needs to get a bloody alarm clock and put it in that back four. Do a better job next to Maguire, that's for sure. And in CDM. Take McTominay off and put an alarm clock. I've got a spare one upstairs. I never use it. Disappointing. Soft goal. You could say it's fair, though, because our goal was a defensive error from them. But, you know, just fell asleep. Every champion team has a strong spine. We need a strong CDM and a centre-back to grab hold of this league. McTominay's always making space, not tracking midfield runners, says Pranav. Yeah, you know what? Second goal. Who's tracking? Who scored? Was it Milner? It's a midfielder. Was it Milner who scored the second goal? Get Bruno on. Go on. No, it was Salah who scored, wasn't it? Yeah. No, but who played the pass to Salah? Was it Milner who made the assist? Yeah, see, someone's got to track Milner. You know, it's a midfielder. Someone's got to track him. Well, look, it's 2-2, half an hour to go. Switch on. I did say 3-2 United. The ball comes in too fast for Dean to react. Not his fault. That's so harsh to blame the keeper, says Brandau. No, I don't. I just don't think David De Gea is so good with his feet. He might have saved it, but David De Gea is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the world at saving it with his feet. And we're so used to seeing De Gea. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're nearly at 964,000. $200 away. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Let's see if we can hit that before full time. Thanks everyone for tuning in. But this game is evenly poised. You know what? I shouldn't be too surprised. I did say I did predict 3-2. Some people said you're having a laugh. There won't be that many goals in it. We've already had 4. Donny doesn't press and find space well. Fred is miles ahead of him, says Cruz. Cruz, you do know that Donny van der Beek is playing in the Bruno role and Fred's never played there. So you can't compare Bruno. You can't compare Van der Beek with Bruno. You can't compare Van der Beek with Fred because they don't play in the same position. Corner, is it? No, Liverpool. Well, Liverpool have got Mane on now. I think Cavani's bad pass caught our defence off guard and out of position, but Manchester United defenders should never be caught off guard, Uncle Drew. No, yeah, it is a bad pass by Cavani. And look, I'm not going to go in on Cavani, but people would go in on Martial. They would be like, oh, Martial, he's laid the ball off. Sometimes that happens, but it's a bit like the goal that we conceded against Leicester, where Harvey Barnes scored. Bruno had given the ball away. There's a second phase. There. You can't say it's Cavani's fault because he misplaces a pass in the midfield. You've got to get organised quick. You've got to pick your man up. Here come Bruno and Fred. Greenwood's coming off. And Van der Beek is coming off. So McTominay survives. Fucking great. I mean, what is that? What is that? Greenwood and Van der Beek off. And McTominay stays on. Ridiculous. Absolutely mad. I can't understand why Greenwood comes off. I cannot understand it. He's just in love with Scott McTominay. So Pogba will go to the right wing, won't he now? Fred will go in next to McTominay. Bruno will come on. Bruno will go where Van der Beek is. I think McTominay will play better though now with Fred next to him. Salah's in again for a hat-trick. Good save, Henderson. Every team loses the ball. It's about how they react when they do, says Precisons. And Southpaw of Sports, I give up. So many just pinning Van der Beek against Bruno just to be proved right. They play for the same club. This isn't healthy, people. Now, I do feel bad for Van der Beek again. He's hardly had anything on the ball, has he? I would put Cavani and Van der Beek in a very similar position tonight. How many, apart from running around, how can you say Cavani's had a good game? Like, he's had a key part in giving the ball away for the goal. I've said it so many times. If you're the number 9 for United, you're just in a graveyard shift. It's just run around. You get absolutely nothing. And I think Van der Beek's experienced that as well. And Bruno might experience it now he comes on. You get very little in this team as a number 9 or as a number 10. And, I'm not going to disagree. People can say Van der Beek is weak. That's not why he didn't get the ball. He didn't get the ball. And Liverpool are now dominating the ball. I'd have brought Martial on. I don't know why we took Greenwood off, really. Thought Greenwood's played well. I'd give Greenwood a 7 out of 10. I think he's had a good game. But obviously that's the end of his game now. This can go to extra time. We've gone 4-4-2. I'm not sure about that. I still think it's more of a 4-3-3. But I think Rashford's wandering to the left a lot. I do feel at the moment, though, Liverpool are going to get the win. Oh, Wan-Bissaka in a decent position there. Well done, Pogba. Oh, he's fell over the ball. Oh, fucking hell, Mane. Come on, then. Get your cards out. Get your card out. He is now first one. He's dirty, he is, Mane. He likes to put his foot in. I reckon that's a red. Oh, he's going to go for a yellow. Get it back on a red. He went in for that one. He went in on that. Show it back. Mane's got form for this. He acts like he's a nice guy. He's not. He's a nasty guy in a tackle. That's a bloody red. That's a red. It's disgusting. It's a bloody red. Look at his foot. It's a bloody disgrace. It's a blatant red. He's got his foot right up. That's a bloody red, that is. This ref is a disgrace. That is a blatant red. This ref has been a joke. He really has. That is poor. Where is VAR? Like, where is VAR on that? In the Premier League, that would have been reviewed as a possible red card. Why is it not getting reviewed? Is VAR not here then? Does it doesn't belong here? Poor. He's been really poor. He's not given yellow cards in the first half, and that's a red card as far as I'm concerned. Very, very poor. I don't think there is VAR in this, but I'm sure in previous rounds, if you are at a ground that's got VAR, they have got VAR. I'm sure that's happened before, but there's that chance for Salah. Good save by Dean Henderson. Well, it was straight at him, really. There is VAR. There is VAR. I don't know whether there is. They've certainly not shown it on the telly that there is VAR. We've not seen any offsides. You know, even the Rashford one, you'd normally get shown that in the Premier League, wouldn't you? So I'm telling you though, Mane is a fantastic player, but he has got history for leaving his foot in. I think he left his foot in on purpose there. That's why I think it's a red. If it was a different personality player, I might have said, well, it's not a red. But Mane's got history for leaving his foot in. I think he did it on purpose. Anyway, we are still 20 minutes to go in this game. We'll have the player ratings up for you soon. They might go up now, but I'd hold off a little bit. Although you can do them, that we could end up with. Extra time. Klopp's comments really affected the refs, says Daniel Rodriguez. I'm not interested in VAR because I'm convinced that we should have it. Oh, McTominay again. Bloody, he's been awful. I wouldn't even give him 5 is his score at the moment. It can go lower, but his passing's been dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. He loses the ball again. I've not seen Scott play this bad in a long time, and he's had some bad games recently. Van der Beek needs more time and can play many different positions, says B. Roth. McTominay shouldn't be on the pitch. It really should have been took off a long time ago. He's, whatever about whatever, he's just not had a good game. If you think he's a CDM or not, he's just not had a very good game today. Delightful ball by Thiago there. But United, to me, I don't see how we're going to win this game. McTominay's a waste of a player, says Robbo FM. Welcome to the Members Club. Oh, we've done that from Bryce Shaw. I don't know what's going on here. It's playing up a little bit today, the Super Chat. Sorry, I will try and read them as they come in. We're on top, don't worry. We're heading for extra time at the moment. That's where we're heading. It was a 50-50. He got a touch on the ball as well. It's a yellow at most. AFTV 2.0, you lot, says Nathan Taylor. No. We're not AFTV 2.0 at all. It's called having an opinion. And I know that Mane has got history for being a bit of a dirty sod. And I think he went into that tackle and put his foot in. And as somebody who's played football, when there's a 50-50 like that and you're a bit of a dirty player, it's an opportunity to put your foot in. And I think he did. And I think it was a red card. You know, some people will look at it and go, oh, he got a bit of the ball, it's a bit 50-50. I think he went in there with the intention of leaving his foot up. And if you know, you know. You could run onto the field and stab someone and the ref wouldn't even give you a yellow. That was a red every day of the week. What a joke of a ref, says Uncle Drew. Well, look, some will say it's not, some will say it is. The reality is it's clearly not clear-cut either way, and I think it was a red. So there you go. It wasn't given, you move on. But I'm telling you now, any Liverpool fan worth their salt knows Mane's got a bit of a nasty streak, and he left it in on Fred there. Definitely. You could tell. I didn't even need to see the replay. I didn't even know that he'd left his foot up. I could just tell from the tackle he'd left his foot in. Unpopular opinion, we've benefited. No crowd more than another team. Players have flourished without fans on their backs. Maguire, Shaw, Pogba, says Garant Chapman. Full. McSauce equals crap, says Paul Roscoe. Salah, straight at Henderson. I think Liverpool look like the favourites to go through here. United are all over the place at the moment. And his failure to take McTominay off is allowing them to run that midfield. I think Maguire and Lindelof are back to their average best. They've not convinced me again tonight. Maguire just looks a different player when he plays with Eric Bailly. He's got somebody a bit more dominant and quick next to him that he doesn't have to babysit. I think he ends up babysitting in this game. Player ratings is open on the unitedstand.com. If you want to start getting your player ratings in, you can do. I've dropped the link in the video description, or you can go through the unitedstand.com website, but it is in the video description now. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being average, star next to your man of the match, submit your scores. They will be used in the match reaction of mine after this game, but at the moment we would be heading towards extra time with 15 minutes to go. We wouldn't have a winner, of course, at this moment in time. It remains. I did predict 3-2 United. At the moment, I don't feel United are in the ascendancy. I don't think Bruno's really. I mean, this to me this is what I'm talking about. You know, Van der Beek, quiet game. Bruno. Oh, what's he doing here? This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one from the referee. He's finally grown a pair. He's given a free kick right on the edge of the box. I think he's in the box. No, he's not. He's on the edge of the box. And it's Fabinho on the back of Cavani, right on the edge of the box. It is a foul. It's a very good decision by the referee, to be fair, for once. I'll give him that one. And it's right on the edge of the box here. Manchester United, Bruno Fernandes. Step up. It's not a penalty. It wasn't in the box, to be fair. We can't claim that one. It's Bruno time. You know where he's going to put it. He's got the ball down. Get out the way, Marcus Rashford. You're not hitting this. It's a Bruno free kick. Our strength was attacking down both flanks. Since Greenwood's come off, we've lost that strength. I'd bring James on, says Connor Patrick. I think he's hit it. I think you've got that right on the nail head there. We were causing them problems down the flanks, which is why I was surprised we took Greenwood off. If this was my FIFA career mode, this is a goal. If you know, you know. If this is on my FIFA career mode, this is a goal. 100%. Yeah, I'm dinking it over into the top corner. No note taken out. Bruno, come on. Yes! Get in! Bruno Fernandes! Get in! Agadoo, do. What a hit! Bruno Fernandes, you haters can sit down. That is magic. Bruno Fernandes on the free kick. 3-2. I said it would be 3-2. And it's Bruno with the goal. Klopp turns his back. Coward. 3-2. Bruno. Get in. Get in. Get in. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Bruno, you're the best. 3-2. 3-2. What a goal. Bruno Fernandes. Get in. Brilliant free kick as well. He's done it against Liverpool. Where are you now? He can't do it against the top 6. He can't do it against the top 6. We move. We move. Bruno. 3-2. Love it. Love it. Love it. Where are you at now? Match winner. Match winner in a big game. Get in. Get in. Ah, that's what you want. That's what you want. That's what you came here for. That's what you want. 3-2. I bloody predicted 3-2 as well. What a free kick as well. What a free kick. He went the other way. He's smiling. He's grinning. Everybody's winning. God, I feel like Michael Owen. That's his rubbish celebration. I love it. Woo! 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 Ric Flair. Ric Flair's in the house. What a free kick. What a free kick. My captain. Cavani had a great part to play in that, though, with his strength and experience. Now it's Wan-Bissaka. I don't care. Oh, Rashford. Oh, straight at the keeper. 3-2, 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go. I predicted 3-2 as well. Love it. Oh, McTominay's even passing forward now. Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side. I might get the wrong score here. I might get the wrong score because it could end up being 4-2. Wan-Bissaka's on a worldie. Cross comes in. Cleared away. McTominay. Don't give a toss-off foul away. Calm it down. Calm it down now. Calm it down now. You did say 3-2, Mark. What's the lottery numbers? It's not over yet, Stuart. We're not quite there yet. Welcome to the Members Club, Jamie Wicks. Lucky Pogba kept his hands down, says Dr. J. Come on, Liverpool, we will win, says Jay Perryman. And yes, I'll say it again, but it's not Bruno versus Van der Beek. We mean both this season, says SK. I'm going to sing it again. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Bruno, you're the best. Get in. Get in. Get in. Bloody love it. I love that player. I love it. And you know what I love about that goal is that over the last few weeks, it's all been about, oh, Bruno's not that good. He's not that good. He can't do it. Look, he's been not that good. He's not that good. And he is that good. He's the reason we are where we are. 100% he's the reason we are where we are. The team responds better to him. Brilliant player. Absolutely brilliant player. And what a free kick as well. He's been long overdue one of those. Long overdue one of those. Ah, don't it make you feel good? Don't it make you feel good? Can't stop rubbing my hands together. Shamone! 3-2. 3-2. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. I knew there was going to be goals in this game as well. I knew it. And I knew Bruno would come on. I knew it. I knew it. I don't know the lottery numbers. I wish I did, but I don't. Oh, player ratings. Links in the video description. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being average. Star next to your man of the match. Submit your scores. We'll go through that in the match reaction. Oh, yes, baby. Yes. Yes. I know there's going to be Liverpool fans fuming at the bit, but you know what? I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. I think we've let you back into this game with some crappy defending anyway. Shaqiri's on. Cleared away. These boys now. 10 minutes, lads. Keep it up. Keep it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Sing when you're winning, everybody. Sing when you're winning. Saw this on Twitter. Brilliant penalty by Bruno. This is Caramore 18. Cross comes in, back post. That's a goal kick. Get out. Get out. I'll drink to you, Bruno. Ah. Yes. 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 I could catch my wife having an affair with Bruno. I'd still support him, says why though. And I want to live my life with the optimism Fred does when he's standing over free kicks, says Jordan White. Pump it up, says Vignesh. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka been brilliant, best game in a long time. Well, I thought he had a quiet first half. I thought Wan-Bissaka had a quiet first half, but he has actually grown into this game, hasn't he? But it's not rocket surgery. Get your best fullbacks on, and they'll have a good game. You know what? Again, it's another game where Man United could win by 1 goal. And I think there's aspects of our game that haven't been that good. You know, I think, to be honest, I'll say it in the I'll say it in my match reaction. I think McTominay's had a really bad game. I think the centre-backs have been proper dodgy. But we have conceded 2 goals. You know, conceding 2 goals in a game, you've got to score 3 to win it. So I think there's been some really good performances. I think Greenwood played well, Rashford's played well, Luke Shaw's played well, Pogba's played well, Bruno's played well when he came on, obviously, because he's made an impact. I think Cavani's worked hard. But there are aspects of that performance that, you know, some of the players have been a bit dodge. But we have conceded 2 goals. I suppose that's reflective. Even rival fans will admit Luke Shaw has cemented his England spot back. He is absolutely world class at the moment, says Tyler Jones. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're only 100 away from 564,000. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Please do. That would be great. Great. We're actually 100 subscribers away from 964,000. So let's see if we can hit it before full time. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. 100 subscribers away from 964,000. Subscribe. We've got the match reaction with me after the game, which hopefully will be in 10 minutes and we won't have extra time. Then we've got the fan forum with Flex, KG and the lads. We've got fan cams coming in. We're live every morning at 10 o'clock. Also at 8 o'clock. Any big news, we go live, all free on YouTube. So none of this subscription service or anything like that. All free fan content. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Rashford should have started. Perfect game for him, says Mike Towell. I don't think you can talk about stuff like starting Martial when we're winning 3-2 against Liverpool, who wanted to win this game. Let's not forget. Martial's coming on now for the last 10. And it's Rashford coming on. I like the squad rotation on this, to be honest with you. I do. I like it. I like the way that he's used his subs. I like the buzz around the team at the moment. Chris Osman says you've got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Let's score again. I do want to score again, Chris, although Rashford's gone straight down the tunnel. United, pump it up, says Benjamin. Pump it up. Rashi's picked up a knock. Get him off Ollie. He has picked up a knock because he's gone straight down the tunnel. Finally, Ricky can give some praise to Bruno and Rashi, says Salah Ahmed. Get on his match reaction. Bruno is the reason why United are in this position right now. If Ollie gets the right players around him, great times ahead, says Oliver Smith. We've got a run on here. McTominay, forward pass. What do we got? Bruno, Martial. Wide to Wan-Bissaka. This game, I think it could end 4-2 because Liverpool are going to have to go for it. Oh, Pogba thought he was playing Martial in there. Woo! It's a stressful game, but we like it. Maguire. Into Shaqiri. Be careful. Be careful here. Sit down, Ricky. Ricky will be on the show tomorrow night with me, but I never listened to Ricky actually say that he dislikes Bruno. And, you know, he might have said Dan James would score that goal that Rashford did, but he wouldn't play the assist. But Bruno's a huge player for Manchester United, as we know. You know, you can't complain about Bruno in that sense. He's the man. And that free kick is, you know, people will start saying free kicks are like penalties now. He's a dead ball specialist. Yeah, you're right. He probably is. He's a lot more than that as well, but he probably is a dead ball specialist. United on the break again here with Bruno. Needs a runner. He'll probably go Cavani here. Or will he? Oh, yes, he has gone to Cavani. Cavani with the little dink. Fred's got no right foot, so that's not going to work. We've only got about 5 minutes to go here. 5 minutes to hang on. Bruno with the cross. Oh no! What a goal that would have been. The cross by Bruno was brilliant. Cavani leaps like a salmon. Gets so much power in it. It's like a Scud missile. Alisson's just planted to the spot and it hits the post. It would have been such a good header. Such a good header. And it's we need to see that back again. What a bit of play by Bruno with the cross. He should have had an assist. Cavani would have had the goal his work rate deserves. It should have been 4-2. It's not. It's 3-2. We've not seen it back now. We haven't seen it back. What a header that was by Bruno. What a cross by Bruno. What a header by Cavani. Luke Shaw heads it away. Come on. Nervy times. West Ham in the FA Cup. We'll take that. If we can get... Here we go. Look at this cross by Bruno to the back post. It's lovely. It's so well timed. The header's... He deserved a goal. It was such a good header. Deserves a goal. Didn't go in. Would have won the game. Ollie's a brilliant man manager, which for me is one of the most important qualities, says Steve Lebo. Get it out, Pogba. Get it out, Wan-Bissaka. Get it out, Fred. Get it out, Bruno. Somebody get it out. Well done, Fred. Cavani. What's happened here? Head injury, I think. Oh, gosh. God, it's squeaky bum time now. Player ratings. Link is in the video description. Mark every player out of 10. What we're going to say? 6 is average. They've given Paul Pogba man of the match on there. He's had a good game. I'm not sure whether I'd give him man of the match, to be honest. But
if you're going from when he took...
Because Team of the Year at the moment is quite like taking over everything.
I'd consider it, I suppose. But we've got 4 minutes added on, 3 minutes. I tell you, and I did predict 3-2. I did predict 3-2, didn't I? And I've got to sing it again as well. 3 times the charm. Nobody does it better. Makes me feel sad for the rest. Nobody does it half as good as you. Bruno, you're the best. You got to pump it up. Come on, 3 minutes to go. We can do it. If we sing, we'll do it. If we stay confident, we will do it. Liverpool are on the edge here. They're nervous. Their bottom's going like a bunny's nose. Twitch, twitch, twitch. I went 3-2 in the United stand sweep as well. I'm more than happy to get the score right, but I don't care if we get 4. I'm not bothered. Obviously, I just want us to win. But another game that we'd win by 1 goal if it stays like this as well. Pogba's giving a foul away there. Oh, I need some of this. Cavani's my man of the match, says Myken. I'll tell you right now, Pogba's not my man of the match. I will give him a good score. I'll probably give him a 7 out of 10. He's not my man of the match. Pogba's not my man of the match. Link in the video description, though. We'll be doing that on the match reaction. Player ratings. Don't go to the match reaction. That's the first link in the video description. Second link is the player ratings. Takes you to thenightstand.com. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being the average. Star next to your man of the match. We'll go through that in the match reaction show. But Trent Alexander-Arnold's got a free kick here. Robertson, back post, headed away by Pogba, volleyed wide by Salah. I think Luke Shaw's been brilliant, yeah. I think Rashford's been superb. I don't think you can give Bruno man of the match for... I mean, he's brilliant, but he should have had a goal and an assist. Bruno has been brilliant, but I wouldn't give him man of the match. Matip, let's do it for Matip. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know? Pump it up. Liverpool fans, unlucky. Unlucky. Jamie Carragher, unlucky. Unlucky. John Aldridge, Jamie Carragher and the Beatles. Sit down. Your boys have took one hell of a beating today. So sit down. 3-2. No, but you know what? On a serious note, we will enjoy it because Liverpool are a good team. They've basically put their best team out tonight, and it's been a very equal game. And I think it just shows the progression of Manchester United. And I think Solskjaer now needs to think, you know what? I don't need to play a back five anymore. I don't need to do that. The progression of the team to where we are at the moment is the most satisfying thing. That we can go toe to toe with Liverpool. Look at Bruno closing down Robbie Williams here. I tell you what, you have entertained us. Let me entertain you. You have, but the ref blows the final whistle. Yes. Suck it in. That is a fantastic result for Manchester United. Klopp out. It's a cop out for Klopp. I wouldn't go in the dressing room if I was you, Robbie Williams. You will be loving angels instead when Klopp gets hold of you. But it's Bruno who wins it. It's a fantastic win for Manchester United. Look, FA Cup, even though we've won, I'm going to say it right here, right now, it's not a priority. The league is the priority. And then it's the Europa League, and then it's the FA Cup. But no way did we want to lose that game. It was about Man United against Liverpool. That's what it was about. Whether we're going to win the FA Cup or not, I don't know. I don't know whether we're going to win the FA Cup. I don't really want to think about that. But what I do want to think about is that Liverpool put a strong team out. We put a strong team out. And we won. Very, very... And the great thing is, I think we won with a couple of crap performances. I thought McTominay was poor. I don't think the centre-backs were very good. And we still managed to win. So you can see the areas of improvement for Manchester United. But up we go. Link in the video description. Match reaction. I'm going to be on there in about 2 minutes' time. Get your player ratings in before. Go to the link in the video description that says player ratings. Mark every player out of 10. 6 being average. We'll go through that in a couple of minutes. I'll see you over there. Woo! Don't know what that means. See you in a minute.